Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey. Happy day after Christmas. I hope everybody had a happy holiday and spent it however you wanted to spend it. Listen, I'm so damn tired, but I just could not let this go by without actually talking about it because, the Bell Collective reunion part one airs tomorrow. So I was like, let me just do a little impromptu live and talk about Aikisha dropping off her Christmas present, honey, her lump of coal over there on that live, child. So we're going to get into it, okay? We are going to get into it. Y'all let me know in the comments if you can hear me and let me speak to everybody. Hey, Amy. Hey, LW Smith. Hey, Auntie Eva. Hey, Miss AKA 1908. I know that's right, girl. Pink and green. Hey, Isis. Hey, Tawana. Hey, HU Angel. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Shayla. Hey, Omar. Hey, Maisha. Hey, Teflon Butterfly. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Thinkerbella. Hey, Shakira. Shakira said, I won't be on live for too long because I'm under the weather. Listen, I ain't under the weather, but I ain't on top of it either. I don't know what the hell going on. In Houston, the storms is coming, the tornadoes is coming, the sky is falling, Chicken Little outside, Aikisha quitting. Baby, it's too much going on. Okay, my throat closing up. It's too much. It's too much. And why will Carlos King have his show coming on today and tomorrow? I'm supposed to be on break, sir. I'm supposed to be broken right now. Why would you add that damn reunion tomorrow? I'm so sick of him. Child done made me mad. Hey, Psalm. Hey, on an Island 7. Hey, Miss Johnson. Hey, Queen Day. Hey, Danielle, all natural. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Yana. Ariana. Hey, Rez. Hey, A. Hey, She Curves Words. Hey, Ash P. Hey, Ty. Hey, Slya. Hey, Stacy. Hey, L. Hey, Mary. Hey, CI. Let me see if y'all can hear me, child, because last time I was just a talking and y'all couldn't hear nothing I was saying. Okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, Lenise. Hey, Scorpio. Hey, Candace. Hey, Juan. Hey, P. Harvey. Hey, Grateful B 813. Hey, Sin. Hey, Belicious. Hey, September, Spring, Summer. Not September, Spring, Summer. Better get up too before JJ get exposed. Okay, baby, she finna get up out of there. Okay, because I feel like it was a plot and a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bush. Okay, now the word on the curb, because see, I don't be keeping up. Y'all really got to understand this. When Bell Collective get through and Marie and her finger waves exit the screen on Friday night, I don't look for the heifers no more until the next Friday. I don't keep up. I don't know what's going down. But lately, they're starting to get in the social media mix. And that's when all the mess come out when they get into the social media mix. So word on the street, honey, is that Sophia Shantae Gucci, all her personalities and everything, they felt unprotected. So they told Carlos D. King and baby, they were going back and forth and back. Well, I ain't watch it because I don't watch it. So apparently the live was deleted. And she's not the only one speaking up. On several different shows, people are speaking up as well. Also, Marie said she felt the exact same way. So I'm trying to figure out why these people not feeling protected. Everybody can't be lying. Okay. Like everybody can't be lying. Okay. Keisha said, is it me or are these AI generated photos? Nah, that's them, honey, because you can see, look, if you look closely at your screen, you can see the demarcation in the earlier wig that Letitia is wearing. You can also see that she shaded it in with some type of cream foundation of sorts, okay? The old school way the helpers used to do it. And this is definitely Latrice, and, she done smooth the skin out and whatnot, because, you want to make sure that your pictures are flawless. And then Aikisha in the middle, honey, the filters and whatnot they do for the Photoshop of it all. But this is definitely giving. This was these girls, okay? This is definitely their pictures because that wig is sitting up high and that foundation is sitting up loud. You got to really look at it. Make your screen bigger. Baby, see it. See it. It is not AI. Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. Like the live. Yes, please, y'all, like the live, okay? Like the live as y'all come in. Normally, I don't ask you to like the live, but I've noticed that it does make a difference. So like it, please, and thank you. Merry Christmas. Okay. Now, speaking of Merry Christmas, child, so I'm just minding my Black-owned business, but not really. And so I was trying to, get everything together because Santa Claus is coming to town. So I was like, let me go speak to Santa and get ready to ho, ho, ho in a bottle of rum or whatever they be saying, child, and hang the stockings by the chimney with care and all this other kind of stuff. So I was like, look, let me see what's going down. I happen to turn it on the YouTube. So I see this lady, and I've never seen this lady before, but you know how your recommended on TV will show you something different than your recommended on your actual phone. So I had turned on YouTube on the TV, and I see this lady saying Aikisha quit. And I'm like, okay, girl. And I just kept on going. But then I said, wait a minute, Aikisha quit. Girl, let me find out you listening to these reviews, honey, because I definitely told you to tell them to watch your dust. Okay. So after I seen all that, I was like, where did she quit? Because I hopped on the Googler, honey. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I research because I don't like saying stuff and then it don't be right. And then people be like, well, actually, she quit on September 7th. I don't have time for all that. So I was like, let me go jump on the Googler and make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about. So I get on the Googler and I'm looking and I'm like, Aikisha ain't quit nowhere, girl. These people stay lying. So I go back to say it live. And I see in the comments the way she did it on Missy Monday. Mind you, it's still Missy Monday. So I'm like, oh, okay. Because see, I don't be going over there. And the reason why I don't be going over there is because it really is messy. So I was like, I'm not going to go over there, child. But then when they said Missy Monday, I was like, oh, he's on live right now. So I go and I just see him rocking back and forth and forth and back. I said, baby, he's rocking. I'm not sure what's going on. So let me rewind the live. So, baby, I rewind the live. Tell me why. I see Willie. And I say, oh, okay, so this must be the little segment. So, baby, Willie got to talking. And I'm going to play a little snippet of it. But before I go into that, I'm going to play what Letitia and Latrice said after Friday's episode. Because it was giving foolery on Letitia's part. And I got so sick of hearing her speak, honey. And it was just like, child, and veneers was going and she was talking through them. It was just too much going on. But anyway, so I rewound it. And I saw that Willie was basically saying that, he was embarrassed by it. It's his duty to protect Aikisha and all those involved. He's the man, and all this kind of stuff. So he really did take accountability for his part in it. And he told his side. Now, as he's telling his side, I'm watching because Carlos King is just playing on his phone. He looking. I don't know if he putting comments up. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he definitely was uninterested. And you know what I noticed? Because when he was doing that Messy Monday with Heavenly, oh, baby, he was laughing and falling all out in that closet. Heavenly. Child, he was falling all out, right? But since then, he don't fall out no more. Okay, he don't fall out. He's uninterested in everything anybody else is saying. He don't give a damn. If it's about his shows, he don't want to hear it. But if it's about them housewives, oh, baby, he in there like swim well. So I'm watching it. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? Because he's being quite rude to Willie. He's really not listening. And, Dustin is speaking and all this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then Aikisha gets in the frame, honey. Well, baby, what she do that for? Baby, Carlos was like, I don't have any questions for you. Yes, girl, I don't have any questions for you. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, hell no. And I could tell that Aikisha was finna get ready to do something ain't right. Because, baby, she had her hat on and everything, had her antlers on, honey. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. So I'm watching, and he was all like, I don't have any questions for you. She was like, oh, okay, well, I got some questions for you. I said, oh, baby, let's get into it if we're going to get into it then. So, baby, I started getting a little closer because I had already been on the live to see the mess that was going down. So then, Carlos tried to play this game. Okay. He plays this game where he loves everybody and everybody's his favorite. And you're so wonderful. You're so pretty. I want to go to the studio. I want to sing a song. He immediately got with Candy. Child, he be doing all this stuff. So I'm watching him play in Aikisha's face. So before he let Aikisha speak, he says, well, Willie, this is what everyone wants to know. Why did you cut your locks? Baby, we don't give a damn. Nobody asked that question. Like, I know I didn't care. I was looking at him like, oh, okay, he looks distinguished. Baby, I don't care nothing about them locks. Okay, them locks had that fight in it. He didn't want to undo with them locks. Them locks are gone, just like Glendale. So, baby, I'm watching, and he's trying to play. So Willie is really serious about it, okay? And he's like, I cut him because this, and this. It was giving robot. I said, oh, baby, he ain't playing. So after all that went down, Aikisha was like, okay. Well, He's like, tell us what you gotta be doing, Aikisha. So she was like, well, you know what? The menopause of it all and the pajamas of it all. And me and Sophia Shante So Gucci and all her personalities, we gonna be hanging out in Jackson and we gonna do this and we gonna have a brunch. Baby, when she said brunch, I said, ooh, baby, not a subliminal. Cause I like to get a little messy sometime. And I said, ooh, she trying to shoot a shot at Letitia. And she ain't fooling me. So, baby, I'm watching it when she said brunch. Why did Carlos' mouth get wide open? Like, oh, girl, not the brunch. So when she said brunch, I said, oh, baby, this is when she finna get ready to quit. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So she said yes. And so Bell Collective is picked up for another season. We got our pickup letter. So thank you. And all this and all that. And Carlos just a grinning, like, yeah, you got your pickup letter. Well, baby, he was not about to pick up what she was putting down. Baby, she said she got that pickup letter and she looked at it. And she says, yes, but and I'm gonna let y'all hear it too. I'm just gonna give y'all my rendition. Yes, and the colognes are officially done. We won't be coming back. The way she paused. But wait, when she said we won't be coming back, why was Carlos King participating in the mannequin challenge? I said, Carlos, now y'all know how Comcast be tripping. Xfinity don't be acting right. So, baby, why I thought my screen was frozen, because Mercury in retrograde. I said, baby, my damn screen done froze. Baby, the way that Carlos stood there and his head was cocked to the side and his face was big. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Oh, honey, I'm not finna play. Baby, the way that Carlos King's face was frozen in time. I said, Elsa, come back to us, baby. Baby, that woman said, yeah, and we have our attorneys sending something over to Kingdom Reign and everything. And yeah, so Merry Christmas. I wouldn't want you to find out any other way. I said, oh, baby. And then it wasn't just Carlos King's face that was frozen. It was his co-host, who were also too stunned to speak. Baby, I said, oh, this is just too good to me. This is hell. When I tell y'all this was hell, I said, oh, Paul, baby, look how he looking. Yeah, he wasn't expecting that. Yeah, play with somebody else, okay? Because she ain't the one. You cannot do that. You don't do that, okay? Why would you do that? But before we get into this, where she actually says it, and I'm going to let y'all hear it, let's get into all the disrespect that led to this moment. Because I feel like, now I'm going to tell y'all what I said on the Patreon, because I initially brought the tea and everything to the Patreon, and I felt one of two ways. I felt like, good, got him, because it's to a point where you like to have a hand in destroying different families, and it's not just him. It's his production team and the people that work for him. And at some point, as the leader, you have to say, listen, certain things we got to take out, certain things we can't show, certain things we can't do. Don't produce the scene this way. Make sure that this is this way. At certain times, you have to make sure you step up as a leader and say certain things to protect your cast. Because the thing is, you wouldn't have such a high turnover rate if you were actually making sure that they're okay. Nobody wants to work for you for these peanuts, and then at the same damn time, they're being made a fool of. So there was a lot of disrespect that led to that. Hey, Clarissa, thank you for the super chat. That silence was very loud, girl, wasn't it? Baby, when I tell you, I was just sitting there. Look, baby, I was too stunned to speak. I looked at that. I rewound that about 3 times. Baby, that was must-see TV. And then she gonna have enough nerve to say, Merry Christmas. Kiki, please, girl. Not Merry Christmas, girl. Bye and good night. And so when I was just looking at it, and this is what I said on Patreon. I said, I appreciate her doing, because, they do try to spin the narrative. Well, Aikisha will no longer be what they try to do their own thing and say what they want to say. So she is going to control how this news gets out. Now, I felt like, okay, it was a little bit unprofessional. Would I have done it that way? No, I would not have, because, that's just not who I am. But when people continue to play with you and think they can do any damn thing, and you're not going to stand up for yourself, then this is what you get. And everybody can't be lying, allegedly. Okay, now I don't know nothing about it, because I don't be in the mix like that. But there are several different stories coming from several different women on several different casts, and everybody saying the same damn thing. So, baby, she just said, look, this ain't what you want. We will not be coming back. I know you thought that little pickup letter was gonna make us come back around there and hang around with these heifers that are putting out a narrative of me being some kind of thug that's getting people to come beat them up. But that's not what we are about to do. So for me and mine, we have a lot to lose. Like Marie said, I got more here to lose than anybody. Oh, I love Marie. Oh, I know y'all can't stand Marie, but baby, I love me some Marie. And let me tell y'all something. Marie is the TV villain, but Letitia is the real life villain, honey. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but baby, that's exactly what it is. I said it and I ain't taking it back. Okay, she is the real life villain because the way she sat up on that live and didn't say a damn thing, I was like, girl, you are talking in circles. You ain't saying nothing that makes any sense. And this is not going to absolve your husbands of wrongdoing. And then they were up there laughing like, yeah, it was like, we don't tell our husbands to take accountability, skinning and grinning and whatnot. Now, Latrice, girl, you need to get far, 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 far away from Letitia. That lady is not your friend. Did you forget she tried to jump on you? Baby, it ain't no damn way I will be sitting with this lady talking about anything after you try to fight me in my nice dress. Child, that's crazy as hell. Now, let me let y'all hear what was being said over on the live. I'm going to give y'all a little snippet of it or whatever. I'm not going to actually show them, but I am going to play it. Okay, so y'all listen to this. Okay, so let's just get into this, honey, because the way that all the foolery was going down, I was like, this is crazy. Okay, y'all, listen to this. Let's get into it.
The beginning. When we talk about Fair Street, and when we talk about Aikisha, let's start. And I have my text too, so I can get those to you too. But when we start about all of the things from the beginning, let's start there. Okay, let's start from day one. All right. So a lot of people, I have sat back, I have watched people say, oh, Letitia's jealous because she had Fair Street. Boo boo. I'm glad she took Fair Street. What people don't know is that Tambra Cherie and Melanie Sanders, first Tambra, but Tambra won't with it like that, so she didn't press the issue for me to call Aikisha. Melanie Sanders called me and said, hey, there's this girl who's interested in having a conversation with you because she has property on Ferry Street. I'm like, oh my God, I've heard of this girl from Tambra, but I was a little hesitant. But after I talked to Melanie was like, no, she good, blah, blah, blah. I reached out to her. We reached out a DM or something like, oh, hey, I heard you was looking for me, blah, blah, blah. I love to talk. We had a conversation. Okay. She told me that she wanted to pitch her own show. She's been on Hell Date. She's an actress. She's an aspiring actress and all of that. I'm like, okay, boom. And there's
Baby, now her have been on Hell Date, honey. And why was I on the Google trying to find it and try as I might to find that episode of Hell Date? Because, baby, that used to be my show. Y'all remember Hell Date used to come on BET? I cannot find it. But when I do, I shall review it. Baby, when I tell you I'm going to review it, and not her talking about, it's like she's trying to make it seem like she threw her a bone. Ma'am, she took the ball and she ran with it. The two of you actually could have worked together, but you too busy worrying about whether or not you gonna be the queen of Jackson. It just don't make no sense. Y'all could have worked together. That's crazy. Okay, let's get back into the foolishness. I just had to break real quick for that. Let's get back into it.
property on Ferry Street. So I said, okay, there's property on Ferry Street. This sounds like alignment to me. She wants to be on the show. I said, well, I can do a scene with you. We can show inside of Ferry Street because I was unable to show any buildings inside of Ferry Street. So I went to back, that's in my text. I went to back and forth to like, hey, this is my girl, that I want to pitch. You jumped in and did the same thing because Melanie Sanders reached out to you, your PR, saying, hey, this is this girl. I think that she'll be a great fit. Okay. At this time, I didn't even know Carlos knew her or she had pitched herself to him or whatever. I had no knowledge of that. All I knew was like, hey, this girl fits the description of a Belle. Mind you, okay, I pitched Belle Collective. Okay. So my thing is there is no jealousy because every girl that I pitch, I want them to be doing better than me and I want them to be an inspiration and I'm inspired by them. So let's start there. But when the show came on, she was introduced as Tambra's friend. You know what I'm saying? So the audit turned Tamara didn't talk no more than when she said, told Tamara we were ugly. But they didn't have no type of relationship like that. Me and Aikisha was actually talking. I want to start there, okay? We were actually talking, and we talked a lot, okay? So that was that. So when the whole jealousy of Ferris Street, she came in and did the project. I wanted her to do the project. That's why I said I would love for her to be on the show. She can get it done. Whatever.
What project?
The Ferris Street project when she came onto the show. When she came on.
What project?
Right. Well, it's not a project now. Right. I mean, we still waiting, but at the end of.
I know she ain't talking about somebody still waiting. Ma'am, you didn't even look, you ain't even laid a brick, honey. Haven't even walked on pavement. There's nothing that was done besides you hosting these brunches and doing absolutely nothing. She actually did have an event twice on Ferris Street. And on top of that, she took y'all to where the new Bricks and Hops in Jackson is going to be. So exactly what didn't she do? I'm trying to figure out. See, this is what I'm talking about. But then you'll say, oh, no, I wanted her to do it. I'm all about the sisterhood. No, you're not. You have taken every opportunity to dig. Now, I will say this. Aikisha is not totally innocent because I do believe that she called them ladies ugly. I believe that she looked at them and said, y'all couldn't get nobody cuter than that. I believe that. To this day, I believe that. But that has nothing to do with anything. The truth of the matter is that you were mad about Ferris Street. Let's just allegedly. Okay, let me just say allegedly, child, because I don't know y'all like that. But I do feel like you were mad about that. So just own it. Okay, child. But let's continue. And then we're going to get into to Aikisha and her quidation. Let's continue.
The other day, that was the whole take on it. Now, fast forward to everything else. I'm like, what's up with this girl? When she came into the brunch, the first season, and she attacked, talked about dirty plates. I did not know that production. She told me that production, she was about to get fired because she was bringing nothing. Mind you, she and I had like two scenes or a scene before the brunch, but they cut it out because it was boring. So I didn't know that she had to bring the heat. And when she called me afterwards, we worked together, all of us at the Westin Hotel. And I didn't answer the phone because I didn't know where it came from. So there's no jealousy. I felt like she had everything. She said she had the 10,000 square. The look, her husband is a retired NFL. Everything was great. I thought this was good. You know what I mean? So again, that's how that started. Now, fast forward. So that Ferris Street narrative, go on, take that shit somewhere else and flush it. Because
Baby, now she cussing. Maybe she say take that somewhere else and flush it. Okay, girl. But you ain't mad? Honey, that sound a little heated to me. But maybe that's just me. Child.
because I could give that's her thing. I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with that, okay? But moving forward to the whole fight, I think what happened, I know what happened, is that Willie has talked a lot of junk that was not shown. A lot of things that he was saying, a lot of things that went down that was not shown. So it wasn't just that few minutes of, you know what I mean, of, oh, let's just do this, let's do that, or the guys acting a certain type of way against them. Because let's be true, when Glenn is an asshole, he an asshole. When Cliff an asshole, he an asshole. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. So let's get to this, why I'm here. Because I'm not sugarcoating anything. You know what I mean? I don't want to bring no hurt, no harm. We our production company, our network, grateful. But at the same time, let's talk about what really happened.
Okay, and I think with network, because it was the way that it went down.
Yeah.
I think all, of course, doesn't stand for violence, and I think that they had every right to probably not show it, but I wish we would have talked about it a little bit more if we wasn't going to show it.
Yeah, we should have talked about it a little more. But I think too, what happened, the way that it was orchestrated, production didn't even know to even put that in the story, because they didn't even know that she was going to, do the thing, bring the people. They didn't even know any of that, I feel like for me, and again, the whole situation, the way it went down, it did appear, from what I just watched, that Glenn and Cliff, like, wait a second.
With the guys,
wait a minute now, production. Wait a minute now.
I think with the guys, it's always like back and forth. With guys, they can joke, hee hee ha ha. But I think when it came to Willie, like my husband was trying to fix. Well, we know why. Of course, JJ had an issue with my husband. When it came to Willie, I think he just kind of jumped on the bandwagon because Jay. I don't know. I'm just assuming because JJ is his boy.
No, 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 no. That's not what it is. This is what I think. I think that Willie saw, really, he didn't even speak up about the men in that way until that season where they had to get that paternity test. That's when he was like, is this really like you taking advice from him? Is this really what you want to do? When all of that broke out, he just was like, these are not people that I would normally associate with. It's nothing wrong. See, the thing is, people are so used to men just going along with other deadbeat men for the sake of being a man. You don't have to do that. It's time that men start holding each other accountable. So he was basically just like, look, nah, Glendale ain't my type of person. Don't try to spin it. It didn't have absolutely nothing to do with that. It had to do with the fact that he saw that Glenn wasn't really about nothing. And he was like, wait a minute, he's really not about anything. So I don't know what's really going on. Okay. And I do agree with you in respect of Aikisha is no victim. I agree with you. I come in peace. But at the same time, as it relates to this specific incident, I do not feel like that lady should have been talked about. Those men sat up there and talked about her like a damn dog. Why? First of all, Glendale, why are you worried about whether or not he got a hot wife and Willie got Aikisha? That was ignorant. Number two, when you enter a room and you enter a space, you speak. Yeah, the men have their banter back and forth. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And I went back and I watched it, and he did do the same thing to Shantae. So I was like, okay, he did that to Sophia Shoguchi too, but he went and corrected himself. It was his birthday. He was feeling himself. He was acting a fool. So he came through the place, showing out a little bit. And of course, it was the grand opening of Taste. And I'm sure Cliff was excited and he was drinking and he got up and embarrassed those people. I'm sorry, don't invite me nowhere where you going to embarrass me. Now, what I did remember, and I forgot to mention it in my review, when they were on that sprinter going to New Orleans, they were not invited to Glenn's birthday party. So that could have been a reason why Glenn was like, I'm dabbing you up, but like, what you doing here? Because remember, he didn't invite them. And they were saying on the bus, like, oh, you didn't invite us? Oh, why we didn't get invited? So I don't know if that played a part, but they were not initially supposed to be there. But I don't think that everybody is completely right and completely wrong. But in this instance, don't bring me somewhere and think, hey, I'm not going to defend myself and I'm not going to defend my people. If I'm sitting with my husband and a man standing, first I'm gonna let the men take care of what the men gonna take care of. Okay, he can hold his own. But we heard the sound bites. There was no reason for this man to sit up and basically call her a dog face, basically. Oh, and he got Aikisha. What is that supposed to mean? And it's like on this live, people kept saying, well, what about when Glenn was talking about his wife? They just ignored it, act like they ain't see it. Then they kept asking other questions. They didn't want to answer it. They were going around it. So yeah, none of them are absolved from wrongdoing because they've all done wrong to each other. But right now, today, the subject at hand, Aikisha was a victim of them sitting in a room and mistreating her and her people. That is crazy. If I'm ever invited anywhere and you invite me to a room and you stand up and start saying, I don't like this so and so and so, that's embarrassing. And Willie said the same thing on that live with Carlos. He said, he brought me there and then, I'm excited for them because it's their grand opening and he stands up and he's trying to embarrass me. And a man is not going to let you make him look foolish in front of his woman. I don't even care if he don't even really like the woman. You're not going to it's their male ego. They're not going to let you clown them like that. And Glenn knew that. And then the crazy part about it is as this live goes on, she says, oh, well, we didn't even stand up out of our seat until Aikisha stood up. Lie number 576. First of all, Cliff stood up first. Let's just make this thing, make sense in chronological order. Cliff stood up first. He said he didn't like Willie. Yeah, Willie was saying something. I think he took it to a point of no return when he said, suck my bells, that's when they really was like, oh, you finna, it's finna be some furniture moving in here. But Cliff stood up first. When Cliff stood up, then Willie stood up because I'm not gonna let you stand over me. Okay, so now he's standing up. Then Glenn stood up. Then Latrice stood up. At this point, Aikisha is still sitting down. Y'all can go back and watch the clip. It's on YouTube. At this point, look, Aikisha is still sitting down. Latrice is standing up with one hand on Cliff or Glenn, whichever one, and a hand on Willie. At that point, that's when Aikisha was sitting down, and then Letitia stood up, and then Glenn says to Willie, F you. And then Aikisha said, F you. And then that's when Letitia said, F you, B. Because, you know, she been waiting to get it started. She couldn't wait. Now, everybody can say what they want to say, baby, but she couldn't wait for the space and the opportunity. So once that started, then all hell broke loose. But those two did not start it. They came there in peace. I personally, now this is just my opinion. Now, it might not be everybody else's. I personally cannot see. I agree, Linda. I personally cannot see them coming there because the narrative was created on the live that they came there with a group of people trying to beat up Letitia, and they knew that the people were going to be there and they were coming in truckloads. Child, I'm going to let y'all hear it. I don't believe for 1 second those people came there with the intent to fight. That does not make sense to me. You know, I know we don't see everything because certain things are edited, but just based on these ladies' character, I can almost assume that this lady with 2 small kids and a man who's a sports commentator is not coming with a gang of people to incriminate themselves and beat you up. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Poor character of a businessman to create chaos at your own grand opening. That's because, and the thing is, I would be, now I don't know if Latrice did because I'm not in their house, but I would be so pissed at Cliff. Because why would you do that? This is the main reason why I told you I didn't want Glenn and his big belt buckle down to my damn grand opening. I told you that. But instead of you listening to me, you went and brought your friend and his shiny shirt, and now we got a whole situation. Okay, now my family involved, her family involved, people fighting. This is crazy. And now the whole thing is associated with a brawl for it all. Child, that's just crazy. Don't forget the other lie about it being a private event, even though Tambra announced it on the radio. Miss TG59, I said the same thing on Patreon in the comments. What surprised me during this live that y'all are going to hear, they state that, you know, the event was private and Aikisha brought 75 people and she was only supposed to bring 2 and everybody else only brought 1 or 2 and Aikisha brought the whole gang and, you know, and it was really a public event because Willie says on the live with Carlos that Tambra announced it on the radio. It was open to the public and some of Aikisha's family lives around the corner. So that is why she invited them to said event. I do not think this lady invited these people here to fight. I just don't, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. The colognes would not jeopardize their reputation and livelihood for the collection of dumbbells. Baby, not the collection of dumbbells. I watched a video that Willie and JJ did on Christmas Eve. I saw that too, loving my piece. And thank you for being a member. And they gave more information about that night. Letitia and Latrice are not being truthful, according to their take on everything. Exactly. That's another thing I'm going to bring up too. I'm going to let y'all hear that too. So I don't see that. Ebony said, also an unpopular opinion, I'm actually not a fan of how Aikisha terminated their work relationship with Carlos. Ebony, I said that. I don't know if you just joined the live. And a lot of people on my Patreon were saying, now, Misha, now she did it the right way. She did it how she needed to do it. And I said the same thing. I said, I think that was, I personally wouldn't have done it that way because if you ever want to work in the TV space again, this could leave a stain on your reputation. Yeah, granted, people are saying, oh, well, her and Willie, they don't need the money. They don't need this. They did it how he be doing everybody. I get that. I'm just saying I want her to be able to leave with her head held high and not have people say, oh, that's just so unprofessional. I can't believe she did that and this, and this. So, you know, I'm with you on that. I think it was a better way to do it. I agree. I don't like how Aikisha and Tambra had the Pretty Girls Club, the light skins against the brown skins. When did they have that? Okay, fill me in. I am redeemed because I don't remember that. I wouldn't have come back after I learned these folks were coming for my marriage, but that's me. CM, listen, not even the marriage. The way that these were some defamatory statements that they were making. Mostly Letitia. She was the one really doing all the talking. Latrice said a little bit, but these were some very charged words that were being used. Okay. Well, she did say that her lawyers have already contacted Carlos's lawyer, so Aikisha is good. Yes, she sure did. I said, "Oh, honey, well, if they already contacted her," she did that to put a little zhuzh on it. I said, "Baby, not you coming with the zhuzh on Christmas Eve, child, or 2 days before Christmas Eve, or whenever the hell Christmas Eve was, child." All right, child, let's finish listening. Then we're gonna get back to the comments.
And I think Willie always just came up with a reason as to why he, really didn't care for my husband. I don't like the way you act or whatever. So my husband was always wondering why Willie didn't like him. He's saying, I guess Willie think, oh, Cliff, you're this type of person. You're disrespectful to your wife and et cetera, et cetera. And then on the other hand, my husband's looking at it like, well, you're JJ's friend and JJ is, who JJ is. So it was a contradictory, like, you saying you don't like me for this reason, but you friends with this person over here who has done. Girl, you put my phone on. Do I put it on airplane mode?
I put mine on do not disturb.
Okay, let me just address this. You were saying she needed to leave the show. Now she didn't do it the right way. No, she did not. That's my opinion. I don't feel like, as a professional that has a following and somebody that people look up to and aspire to, for her to just, you've never seen a housewife or anybody on any franchise of any reality show come on to a live and say, yeah, we're not coming back, we quit. This was a very provocative way of quitting. So, in my opinion, for her well-being and to be able to work in the industry again, so nobody will reference back to this live and her face plastered on every YouTube thumbnail from here to Timbuktu. No, I personally would not have done it that way. And I do still stand by the fact that I think she should have left that show. If somebody is going to sit and say, Letitia says verbatim in this live, she brought them people there to try to kill me. If somebody is talking like that, then I think you should leave. I think you should leave. But that's just my opinion. It's nothing wrong with, I don't have to go with the majority that thinks that, oh, I think it was cool. I think it was a Kiki. It gagged him. Okay, I'm the first person to tell people, don't let Carlos King tear your house up. I told that to the Family Empire ladies several times. But I also think that Aikisha is a professional. And I also think that things could have been handled a different way, but I understand it. I might not condone it, but I understand it. There's nothing wrong with that.
But put on airplane mode too. It should be. Like Willie, but Willie at the same time, they had to hurry up and do PR. Let's just call it what it is, And I think that they were a little bit, if that was shown the way it went down, but at the same time, I felt like it's, we can do Glenn and Cliff because Glenn and Cliff already, whatever. And that's not how all of that went down. It's a lot of shit that's being said. It's a lot of slick shit that's being said. So when people say jealousy or whatever, no, that's just their way of doing it. I don't care about that. I keep trying to do a whole brunch on this platform. Let's be clear, a whole brunch on this platform. And we see her 3 months out of a year when we film, maybe. Like, no one has a relationship with her but Gucci.
All right, so I want to address her saying that Aikisha tried to do a whole brunch and nobody sees her except 3 times out of the year. Letitia, when y'all did that lunch in the grass or whatever, the very first episode of this season, you said after you tried to fight Latrice or whatever it is y'all was doing, you said out of your mouth that you had not seen anyone, you hadn't talked to anyone. That's normal. To me, it's normal, I guess, because I watch a lot of reality TV, and the housewives, they don't be talking to each other really. I mean, some of them do, but I feel like a lot of these reality stars, once they're done filming, they like to unplug and they like to disconnect from everybody and everything from the season. Last season was a lot, a whole lot. And you also didn't speak to a lot of the ladies before the season started. Have you talked to so and so? No, I haven't talked to her. I haven't talked to her since the reunion. Baby, this is episode 1 of season 5. What you mean you ain't talked to her since the reunion? So I feel like that's all of y'all. That ain't just her. That's all y'all, child. Anyway, the honest truth, Carlos is not being respected in the position of a boss because he doesn't act as such. Queen Day, you better speak your speech. He's got to clean up his act. Otherwise, that kingdom is falling apart. I totally agree with this. And you know what? You might be right because he does give friends with everybody vibe. And it's like, if you're somebody that's supposedly the brand and, you're the name and the face of the company, you're getting a little bit too close for comfort. And I really don't know if that YouTube channel was really a smart idea. I think that's when the foolishness really was magnified because everybody can now see what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, I totally agree with you when you say that. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. That's a good point. I don't condone it, but I understand it. Okay, shout out to Mark. Lil Willie, you called it. You called it. Thank you for the super chat. I don't condone it, but I understand it. Okay. Like, come on now. Don't y'all be trying to check me, honey. Because, baby, I could be asleep. I'm just saying. That's just me. That's my personality. I personally would not have quit that way. But I understand why she did what she did. I ride with her. But at the same time, I got to be true to my character. So, y'all be easy. Okay. Like, let's not do that. Because you know how people do with these Carlos King shows, honey. And one thing about me, I'm going to pull a Tambra Cherie and I'm going to protect my peace. So the minute it start getting too crazy, I'm leaving, honey, just like I did Huntsville. I left their ass in the dust. I ain't watched them people since I made that last review. I don't know what's going on over there, okay? They probably falling apart. But you know what I won't do? Care, okay? Also, I don't like how he tried to shut down So Gucci. She's also not my favorite person, but he picks and chooses who he gets sassy with. I agree, Ebony. I spoke on that in the beginning, too. The accusations of jealousy were ridiculous. What does Aikisha have to be jealous of? I don't see it. This is the thing. I feel like they all have something to them in their own right. What are y'all? The easiest thing to go to is jealousy. I mean, child, let's get something new. Like, if you don't have receipts, let's get something new. Because, jealous of what? Who has multiple interviews with their boss after you have the job for months? She let us know KR wanted her. She or Willie don't need this show. Let's be clear. Miss Priss, I understand. I understand that. But these people in these network situations, they talk to each other. They might be sitting up 1 minute and, it just trips me out because I'll look at a Instagram post and I'm like, oh, I thought they ain't even like each other. But here they are skinning and grinning in the same picture. People speak to each other. So I'm just saying we're in our 40s. Let's be serious here. Okay. Aikisha ain't no 20-year-old woman. Now I know she did it the way she wanted to do it. She walked out on her terms, her way. And I appreciate her for doing that. Again, that's just me personally. Aikisha and her husband are successful. Let's pick something different. Like, let's get something else, honey. Not she jealous. Blueberry said, this has never happened to Andy, but this is what your own people will do to you. I feel like people be saying, I feel like the whole thing with Andy and the housewives, it's a little nuanced. And I could dig deeper into that and how I feel about that. But let's just stick to this, and I'm going to tell you what I think about that. Gemini Diva said, Fair Street is one reason for Letitia to be, I think you mean jealous. Letitia is still doing brunches while Aikisha is having events with senators, congressmen, etc., all on Fair Street. And the thing is, I don't want to compare the two ladies because I feel like all of them really could be successful in their own right. I just hate the fact that this narrative was painted and it was said without an allegedly or they didn't do or I don't think or in my opinion. Baby, the way she was breaking this woman down on this live, I said, oh, baby, y'all gonna have to come back and retract some of these statements, especially if they're not true. It's really crazy. And I do commend Letitia for actually wanting to do something on Fair Street. I do. I commend her for that. But she's sneaky. She's very, very sneaky. It's not, the thing about Marie, and I know y'all love to hate Marie, but y'all know I love Marie. Y'all know I love Marie. The thing about Marie is you gonna know exactly what you getting. Not a damn thing. She gonna hoop and holler at that brunch. She gonna act a fool. She gonna leave. She ain't gonna apologize. She act like she ain't got no damn sense. Marie gonna do whatever Marie wanna do. But the difference between her and Letitia is Letitia smile in your face all the time. She want to take your place. The backstabbers. I don't like women that smile in my face and be like, sisterhood, brunches, and love, and we gotta stick as black women. And then 2 seconds later, as soon as they get in the car, I can't stand that B. Girl, did you see what she had on? Girl, baby, I've been going through that my whole life. I'm not gonna go through that in my 40s and up. That ain't gonna work for me. So for me, I would prefer a person to be who they are up front. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But don't be doing no sneaky stuff. And I think Aikisha is guilty of that too. I think she's also guilty of saying something in their face and then going behind their back and gossiping and talking. It was shown to me that season when y'all remember the scene where Aikisha went to meet Latrice and she brought, I think, her grandchild or something. I don't know, that the children were having a play date and they were all sitting there and they were talking, Aikisha and Latrice, that is, and they were talking about Latrice's relationship. And I was just thinking, Aikisha, you was just talking about her to somebody. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Sophia. But you was just talking about her. So they both are guilty of doing that. But like I said, I'd rather you be upfront. Say it to my face. And what you gonna do? Okay, nothing. Okay, nothing. Yep, they all do some talking. They do. Thank you for being a member, Rhonda. Yeah, I feel like they all be talking and going on, doing that little stuff. And the fact that Letitia thinks she's slick and no one can see it is crazy. Girl, this lady talked on this live for over an hour. I said, is she gaslighting me or what? Because I am so confused as to what you're talking about right now. Now, part of the live, I understand Latrice and how she feels at certain points because, my condolences to Latrice and her family. There were some things that went on that would upset me as well. So I understand part of that, but this lady sitting here talking about they didn't show it how it went. Ma'am, how did it go? And if you're talking about Willie saying stuff about them, yeah, he did. And I said in my review, I think sometimes he thought he was better than them. And he also said on Carlos King's Live that, well, Jazz has said to him, sometimes you do present like you think you're better than them. You can agree to that, correct? And he took accountability for that. But he also let it be known that he wasn't looking down on them. But that's how it appears. That's just me being honest. It does appear that way. When Aikisha first came on the show, I was like, baby, she thinks she better than them. That was my first initial reaction to her. And then as the seasons progressed and then her character was shown more, then I was like, all right, well, she might be all right. But yeah, they do present like that. I'm sorry. That's just what goes on. Okay, back to the mess.
And that's by default. Let's just be honest. So I'm just like, at the end of the day, the way that happened, the problem, let's get to the root of the problem for me. Right. The root of the problem for me, I'll do whatever we have to do to make this show work. I'll do whatever we have, meaning in a good way, meaning that we come together, we do what we're supposed to do, we show up on time, right? But I'm not with this extra stuff from outside. We can beef all day long with each other, all day long. That's what we do. Hell, me and you, we was at it last year. We could beef all day long, but didn't no one bring anyone from the outside to try to fight anyone. Right. And that's the problem that I have. And I'm not going to hold my peace on that. I'm not backing down from that. If that costs whatever, I stand on it. At the end of the day, what happened? The reason why, if they would have shown it, the reason why Aikisha was going so hard is because you had people in there that's been confirmed. You had people by your people to come in there to fight me when we just held hands in New Orleans. But they're not going to see that part. They're going to see the fist fight. I'm doing everything to make this work, girl. But they're not going to show that part. You have people in there with mechanical tools, with crowbars. The crowbars, that's proven. As soon as I walked into the building, I had no idea. And I'll say it again. I was bumped so hard.
Keisha, let's back up a little.
Okay.
So it first started at Goddess Lens when we had the grand opening there.
Okay.
So keep in mind, Aikisha is, for one, ashamed of her family. She don't bring her family anywhere. They have never been to any of her events, anything that she has thrown because apparently they're ghetto, whatever the case may be. Fine. However you feel about your family, that's how you feel about your family. So this specific day, she go and get her niece or her cousin. So my people are there. They're peeping this out. So Aikisha came in with me. I'm not sure what happened prior to as to why she brought her, because we just had an event, the whole health fair. You know, I invite my family.
And Willie's birthday party. Willie's birthday party.
Yes. I'm talking about, Willie's birthday party, none of your family was there. Mm-hmm. Your health fair, none of your family was there. But you choose my event, Goddess Lynch, to go get your cousins who, quote unquote, in the streets. The only time they come around is to fight, to stab, to do whatever. Mm-hmm. So this is even before the fight happened. Like, my people was like, Aikisha, she keep riding up and down the street or whatever. So I think her and Willie was in a truck, like, the first time, just them. And, upstairs where the salon suites were, I had people up there as well. So my people are real observant. So they're like, I wonder why Aikisha keep riding up and down the street or whatever, her and Willie. So when they actually came back, that's when they had her niece or her cousin in the car. And, she come in with her braids, with her tennis shoes on, with her nose in the air, like, hey, I'm ready for it or whatever. So, I'm not paying attention to any of this because I got so much going on. Yeah. But my people sitting back on go, like, what's up with this girl? Like, come on. But anyways, go ahead.
No, okay. So they were riding up and down the street before she stopped. So she was waiting on her people to come.
Right. Okay. She was waiting on her people to come.
Okay. So the girl, I didn't know any of that. When we went over to Taste, that's when I walked in and the girl just like bumped me. I was telling you guys, just bumped me really hard. And I was like, oh, I honestly thought it was some of your people, like I said, looking at last season. So that's why I was like, girl, we good, or whatever. We good. I thought it was some of your people. But when I saw Aikisha, and I think they was in Willie, they told her to sit down. So I'm like, oh, that's when I told Ken, your guy, your manager, I said, don't bring me a drink, bring me some water, because I'm like, something is about to pop off up in here. I had no idea. And then after my makeup artist, they said, oh no, she tried to sit somewhere, and she was like, no, Aikisha told us we have to stay right here by her. So had I said anything to that girl and said, oh, what the hell are you bumping me for? Girl, she was ready to knock my head off. So I was not with that. And then one of Selena's daughters, I didn't even know that. Oh no, this confirmed that she had. So I don't know if she called more people. I don't know what happened. I don't even know what could have made her think that anybody was there to fight her. Everybody was good from New Orleans, from the health fair. It was good, I mean, yes. But I don't play those types of games. I'm not gonna play them. This is not what I signed up for, and I'm not gonna do that. And it is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm not gonna do that. So, somebody saying y'all tried to set Aikisha. Set her up for what?
Girl, I don't know. I was having my grand opening, honey, and I want this to go right. Everything. I don't want anything to go down. We invested. When you invest over 7 figures in a business, it's serious. Okay,
It
is serious. It's no way I'm gonna call Aikisha there to set her up. Like,
for what? For what? That's her thing. At the wig launch, she thought the Pilahatchee posse was coming to the wig launch to fight her last season. I'm like, why do you think these things? Like, what is going on? And why don't you have to set this many people up? And one thing I'm not gonna do, Latrice, and that's on everything I love when it comes to my son, my purpose, my family. Y'all got mechanical tools that y'all out here throwing and fighting. So that girl was waiting on me. She was sent there to do something.
What the hell is a mechanical tool? What are you talking about? What is a mechanical tool? Are you saying that a tool that a mechanic uses? What do you mean a mechanical tool? What y'all talking about? I'm so confused. And I do not believe, again, that they were just walking around. Baby Letitia, they're crazy. I do not believe that lady was just walking around with crowbars and whatnot. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't believe that lady brought all them people to fight. Now, I don't know how she feel about her family. I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny. But She invited them to come on over to taste. So whatever the reason was, she invited them there and they were there. And I guess when she saw that it was about to be on for the second or the third time between TT and Kiki, baby, it was like, listen, Nook if you buck. That's how I feel about it. A mechanical lie. Exactly. Child, anyway, pink jumpsuit didn't have nowhere to put no crowbar. She sure didn't. And you know what? I don't know why in my mind I'm thinking about the tire iron. You know the thing you use to change a flat tire? I don't know why I keep picturing them walking around with one of those. But either way, it was whatever they had in the trunk. Okay. And at that point, this is getting ridiculous and this is getting scary and out of hand. Because once people start going to their cars, baby, I'm gone. Okay. But I don't know what the hell a mechanical tool is. Every time I heard that, I was like, baby, not a mechanical tool. Willie explained it. There were two people with them and they were dancing and having fun prior to. He did say that, Lady Rowe. He said there were not 75 people trying to fight. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. It gives me that, Letitia, maybe you need to act like you got some sense because you don't need to be walking around paranoid. Because did you hear her say, oh, Latrice, I thought those was one of your people because of what happened last season. Well, I mean, if you bought it. You was finna fight and you coming to America dress. So if you finna fight, then you best believe that some of these people don't have anything to lose and they don't care nothing about a little clankety clank. They don't care. If you with it, they with it. So you can't be walking around paranoid because of what you do and the actions that you show on this show. That's crazy. I wouldn't be able to do that. That is crazy. It's funny how Stormy and Miss Nell were there and they haven't come out and said anything or co-signed these two clowns' story. Oh, I thought, but were they there during the fight scene? Because I was looking for them too. I was like, I wonder if Stormy and them still in there. And when they panned the camera over, the only people that I saw were, of course, the whole cast. I saw Selena and her husband. I saw her daughter standing behind them, but I didn't see Stormy or Nell. I didn't see either one. But she wanted to fight at the reunion with that baby. Girl, okay. You wanted to fight at the reunion, but you scared when you walk in the streets? Anyway, let them wrap this up. And then we're gonna get into Aikisha quitting. But before we get into her quitting, then we're gonna get into what she said about that little shimmy and shake that she does online. I mean, on the intro. And it's just a bunch of disrespect that she was putting up with. And I really think the reunion was the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't know what went down at the reunion because it's yet to air. It'll come out tomorrow. But just based on the clips, I feel like she was like, I'm fighting a losing battle. And the way that Latrice and Letitia sat on that last episode and said, we don't really need Aikisha. Well, she got to go. That right there, that's when I would have been like, you know what? You ain't got to see me out. I'll see myself out. And at some point, a part of me feels like, dang, I don't want them to win. Like, don't leave, because they think they're going to win. But on the other end, it's like, girl, protect you, your peace, your family, your reputation, and everything that you have with you. And go. And child, let these heifers fight it out in their ball gowns on their own time. Because, child, that's crazy.
Something. And you know what, though? That's just what it is. I don't care what people say. I don't care how they feel. At the end of the day, I don't play those types of games. In the jealousy word, baby, please, I brought home this show. Let's don't ever get it twisted. And I got those text messages too. And I think it's time for me to release them. Yeah. Because when she didn't get,
I think the jealousy word is used so loosely. Mm-hmm. For me, it's always like, what do a person have to be jealous of a person for? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm for everybody. Like,
this just shows me Letitia don't know her head from a hole in the wall. Girl, stand in your conviction. You do feel like she's jealous of you. You have said it countless times on the show. That was the first thing that flew out of your mouth when that brawl happened. And Latrice, ma'am, I like you. But you also said that Aikisha came there to get it started because she's jealous of you. You said that on the finale. But I mean, I guess you're trying to let Letitia know, girl, what she got to be jealous of you for? But you're trying to be nice about it and in no uncertain terms say, Tisha, she ain't got nothing to be jealous of you for. So you said it that way, but both of y'all have said that the girl is jealous of y'all. And here go Letitia. I know I want everybody to win. No, you don't. And that is okay. Baby, that is okay. But like, you not finna sit here and lie because we know that's not the truth. So, I mean, it's really infuriating when you're listening to so many contradictory statements because it's like, girl, everything that we've seen on the show and you sitting here on this live saying something else, that's crazy. Like, get out of here. Both of them are projecting because they're actually jealous of Aikisha. I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I don't think Latrice is. Now, maybe I'll just say Latrice. I don't think Latrice is jealous of Aikisha. She has a lot going for herself. You know, she might seem a little nervous and anxious every now and again, but I don't think that she's actually jealous of Aikisha. Now, Letitia, that's a different story. But I know me personally, I think very deeply when I say the word jealous, because I have to really make sure that I really mean that. Because a lot of people, as soon as you don't like somebody, you jealous of them. No, actually, I just don't like them. It has nothing to do with me wanting anything they have, wanting to be like that. I just don't like them. That's just the bottom line. But I can see Letitia being a little jealous. Thank you for the super chat, LC Charmed. Why would the colognes bring gangs to fight and quit because of the same fight? Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna leave this up here, child. Cause what? That's crazy. Like, why would you bring people to get it started and then quit because it got started? Come on now, let's use our thinker. And see, these two gonna sit up and talk about this all season long next season. So Aikisha said, listen, y'all ain't gonna sit up and talk. And quiet as it's kept, baby, I was sending them a cease and desist. Baby, don't mention my name, just like Nene did over there on Housewives. Baby, don't talk about me. Leave my name out of your mouth. Don't mention nothing about me. Y'all gone on and collect that away.
For us to just, I mean, I'm for everything. For us to just do what we had to do. I thought New Orleans was a vibe. I thought New Orleans was a vibe. I thought everything was good after New Orleans. You and Marie had a hamburger. I thought everything was good. But what I'm not going to do is sit back and allow anything or anybody to sit here and make it appear. Listen, I have been quiet on every messy thing or whatever I sat back and I was quiet. I'm definitely not going to take the damn uh whatever I want to call. I'm not going to take it for some shit I did not do. You know what I mean? Some stuff that was not like properly shown. I'm not going to do that. That's what happened. I know you can't show that. I didn't want it to show that, and I didn't even go to the police because I didn't want that on. You know, we had too many court cases flying around already, but I just know how to separate myself. That was crazy, and I understand like if you were fearful, but fearful of what? And as she said, my family been wanting you ever since I made a comment. You know, I'm like, well, I didn't know that. You know, so you can't do that. This they came to fight. Somebody could, you know, that was my whole thing.
Yeah, that was my whole thing too, because like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. And especially like it was new. This venture was new, it was scary. Like I was so stressed out about the event. I was crying. I just wanted everything to literally go perfect. I'm a Libra, so I'm always overthinking and overanalyzing everything. And then trying to open two businesses on one day and then on national television. So just imagine the pressure. So I didn't expect any of the things that happened. Like I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't think anybody was. I just think I don't know what they had in their heads, or like I said, I don't know what transpired before that, because we did New Orleans, we did the whole health fair.
We did the health fair. The health fair was a
Okay. So the reason why I had to pause it is because I just had an epiphany. They have made this entire thing Aikisha's fault. That is crazy to me. This actually has nothing to do with the Bells. Nothing. This is all about Glenn and Cliff. This is about Glenn, Cliff, and Willie. That's the only people we need to be talking about. Now y'all have somehow turned this into they it's like they weren't even there. Y'all have made this seem like this event went down and your husbands were not present. I don't even know how we got here. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know how this started. I don't even know what we was. I don't even know how your husbands were acting a damn fool. So it's a cause and effect. Because they were acting a damn fool, the effect was they was about to get worked. So why do y'all keep making it seem like now this was a setup and this whole thing went down because of Aikisha? I do not know why that just hit me, but it did. That's not the truth. This has been totally warped, and now it's becoming something that it's not, because this is all because of the men. This has nothing to do with the Bells. This is me. If it were me and my husband was acting a fool and I was Letitia or Latrice, what I would have done is I would have come on alive and I would have said, you know what? We saw exactly what you all saw. We're embarrassed. We're so sorry about that. And I did have a talk with Glenn and I let him know that's not how I want to be represented. For me to be putting on empowerment brunches and touring all over the world, honey, because she's fabulous, with my pinky up, you cannot be coming with your piece and chain on, acting a damn fool. Okay. And Cliff, I know you probably got a little change, honey. Y'all done opened up the bar and tasting this and that, but you left a bad taste in my mouth. Why would y'all act a fool? And now we have to clean it up. So we apologize to the viewing public. There are a lot of things that you all didn't see. But as Bells, we're going to try to move forward and maybe take the men out of the equation. They were being too present anyway. And truth be told, it stopped being Bell Collective and started being Love and Marriage Mississippi. Let's just keep it all the way real. It's definitely another Love and Marriage franchise, but it's not being titled that because the husbands are too overly involved. They should not have even had a child. Look, come on down to the hair opening over there, Goddess Lynn, to get you some Edge Tamar. And then the husbands, they got to go. But since they were so involved, now this is turned into a big debacle for no reason. And why? Not because of any fault of the Bells. It's because of them damn men. It ain't no way I would take responsibility for all that. I'm sorry. I would not be sitting here explaining nothing because really and truly, you're digging a deeper hole for yourself instead of just saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Glenn, a grown man. Hell, he be embarrassing me. Y'all know how he acted that season when he was following me around Jackson and doing all this kind of crazy stuff. He's unhinged at times. Listen, I feel just like y'all feel. I don't know who advised y'all to do this live, but it don't make no sense. And the fact that you absolved yourself from 100% responsibility, they did not take 1 ounce of accountability for their husbands or themselves. That's the issue. Like I said, Aikisha is not perfect. She ain't no victim. She's done her dirt. They've done their dirt. But in this instance, the Bells didn't do it until the men got started. Because I'm going to defend my man just like, Letitia was defending Glenn and she was defending Willie. And then all hell broke loose. The only person that really wasn't defending nobody and was trying to really, diffuse the situation would be Latrice. And that's because she didn't want her business to go up in flames like that on the grand opening. That's crazy. So yeah, child. It don't make no damn sense. I wouldn't be explaining nothing because the men did it. Misha, you're an emotionally intelligent and mature woman. Take accountability. Taking accountability is not Letitia or Latrice's thing. That's true. Because the way they sitting up here kikiing with each other and you tried to fight me, let me tell you something about me. You are not allowed to play in my face at all. When you start name calling me, when you start mistreating me, when you start acting like you ain't got your right mind, when it comes to me, I will remove myself from you. I am not to be played with. I am a very nice lady. I like to Kiki and everything. But at the same time, if Letitia ever stood up acting like she wanted to fight me, she would never have to worry about hearing me speak to her again. I don't play reality TV games. I could not be involved in this kind of stuff because to sit now and Kiki, oh, you look so pretty. Oh, you look pretty too. Where Glenn at? Girl, where Cliff at? Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? Child, please. I wish I would sit there and Kiki with somebody that done tried to fight me. That's crazy. Exactly. That's why they mad, because Willie act like an adult and Cliff and Glenn and Glyph. What do I call this man? Glyph. Cliff and Glenn act like some dusties. They just act like they ain't got no sense. I think Carlos King will get a notice not to mention their name. That's why she said our lawyers have let your lawyers know. Jacob, what I thought she meant by that is that contractually, maybe there's something that's like a little bit of red tape. So to make sure that they don't have any issues, the lawyer will contact his lawyers. That's what I thought it meant. But you could be right too. But I thought it meant like, I just want to make sure that this is a cut and dry situation. We part ways and I'm going to go this way and you and the Bells go that way. Okay? Just so we're clear. Glyph is right. Okay, because they act like one brain, honey. They share one brain, child. This is a mess. Okay, we about to wrap this up, honey, because she almost done talking herself into a circle. And then we going to get into some other things.
last time for me, and we talked about the menopause, we talked
Mm-hmm.
about the blood pressure, we talked about PCOS, and we left on a good note. Like,
Yes.
I don't know what happened to make her think in her head that a Pila Hatchet posse or whoever was going to be there. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what made her think that, you know. But when it comes to the jealousy of none of that, all of you ladies, we that support. Even from the jump, it's like, oh my God, I think this person will be a great bear. I always pitch people that I think are amazing and
Mm-hmm.
all the time. So I didn't understand that part of it. When it comes to Glenn and Cliff, I guess they always go back and forth with the guys. I don't know
Thank
why it went this far. All I know, I saw Aikisha was just like, in his ear nonstop, and I was like, I'm not getting up. This
Well,
let the
I
guys
mean,
handle this.
you can go ahead and tell the story. I can't see the comments. I'm gonna probably have to click
Um,
off and get back on. I don't know why I can't see them. Hold on.
yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. No, oh, someone said damage control. I don't have to do damage control. Trust me, I don't have to do control for anything. And to be honest, this is not even so much about the Glenn and Willie situation. This is about what happened with me. I really don't care about what happened with the guys. To be honest, I don't care about what happened with them. They always go back and forth. That's not what I'm on at all. So this is definitely not any type of damage control or anything. I don't need to do damage control. Otherwise, I would have got my publicist to do it. But
Okay, I've had enough of Letitia because that doesn't even make sense. And Latrice, if you were listening to that when you were trying to get back on the live, because at this point Latrice had dropped off because I don't know if it was her signal. I don't know exactly what was going on, but she had dropped off the live. If I was sitting with Letitia and I hear her say, at this point, I don't even care about what the men did. I don't even care. So you don't care about them tearing up my damn grand opening? So that shows me that you're not for me because your husband was actually the catalyst to all of this. So since you're sitting here saying that, oh, this is about me, why do we care to hear about you, baby? We're talking about Glenn and Willie. Why are we talking about? Did you fight? Because I'm confused. So for me, if I were Latrice and I heard Letitia say, I don't have to do damage control. I don't even care what went on with the men. I don't care. This is about me. I would have ended the live. Because, girl, if it's about you, I don't give a damn, baby. I'm trying to clear up the fact that my stuff was torn up and they're blaming my husband. So that's what I'm clearing up. You over here trying to talk about Aikisha and what she did to you. That don't make no sense. That's not what we weren't there for that. So for me, it was definitely you trying to do damage control and you failed miserably. I don't know how they're friends now when Latrice brought the dentist lady back to get at Letitia weeks ago. It's crazy. BR, I forgot all about Antoinette. Girl, you are absolutely right. I forgot all about that. And Antoinette put her hands on you. And here y'all are sitting here talking about some it's all Aikisha. Child, please. Anyway, now over to what Aikisha had to say. Okay, because that was the mess in itself as well. So when the whole shimmying and shaking was going on, okay, which was crazy, and the intro was done, I remember looking at it being like, what is happening? Now let me show y'all the little shimmy. Look. I'm not finna play. So she says, I must say, I'm very disappointed in whoever is responsible for this clip being chosen for my opening credits. I was actually joking and playing with the production team. I felt that I could trust them as we searched for music to use during my time of filming. I never thought for once that they would even consider using this for me. We did several different scenarios of model walking, serious to smile posing, and stylish directions for the best shots to be used as options. I expressed my disapproval when I saw this before shooting the reunion. I was very clear I did not want this to be used. I, like most of you, watched this in embarrassment, saying, what the hell was that? The calls and texts that I've received, very disappointed in the disrespect. She tagged Carlos. Crickets. And you wonder why she came onto that live and dropped off that Christmas present. Like I said, I totally get it. I understand. She fired him, honey. She let him go. Usually they try to let you go, but she let him go. And I totally get it, honey. Thank you for your services. Like, I gotta go. Because I told you I didn't want to be shaking and shimmying from side to side, and you did it anyway. And even if you didn't do it, the people who work under you, they did it. And I didn't want it to be done. And she said that she had expressed at the reunion that she didn't like the fact that, that happened on the opening credits or the intro. She didn't like that. I don't like that intro, period. Because first of all, why are y'all punching glass? What is going on? And if y'all fight how y'all was punching that air, I wouldn't be scared of none of y'all. Because baby, the punches don't look right. Okay? At all. I said, that's how y'all be punching? Oh, child, please. Oh, child, please. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. I cannot be bothered with it. Child, please. Letitia is a fake and phony gaslighter. She has gone behind everyone's back except for Marie. You sure? Honey, I wouldn't put it past her. Why everybody else looking at everybody else when it comes to Marie? It could be the very person you sitting up with. Baby, I don't put nothing past nobody. You hear me? Allegedly. He did respond over there on his Twitter. Oh, did he, Miss J. Cole? I didn't see it. Saying his cast and their family better be careful talking about him or his production team when they can call him. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, honey, then on second thought, I understand. Well, that's not the second thought. I still feel the same way. I understand why she did it the way she did. It was just a culmination of things. It was building. And she was just like, oh, really? This is how you feel about me? Got it. Okay, got it. Now, I'm going to play a little snippet of her deciding to go on by her business. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to play a little snippet of that. I'm not going to play much, honey, because I don't want nobody striking my channel and whatnot, honey. Okay, because these are all my opinions and my opinions only. This is strictly for entertainment purposes. Okay. This ain't got nothing else to do with nothing. Okay. We just kikiing over here the day after Christmas, child. The kids done tore the damn house up. People's bank accounts looking funny. Aikisha shaking and shimmering from side to side. Letitia talking about mechanical tools. Latrice blinking and thinking. Marie's finger waves are falling. And baby, we just over here. So leave me alone. Okay. Don't y'all bother me. Do not bother me. Do you hear me? Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Okay, let's get to the part where she broke things off. Okay. Baby, but before we get into that, I want y'all to see. I'm not gonna play with Aikisha. Aikisha crazy. Look at this face. This is the face she made right after she told Carlos to kiss her behind, baby, because her and her husband and her family will not be back. She waited for his response, and he was still frozen. And when she cocked that head to the side, baby, y'all think I'll be laughing loud on them reviews? Baby, I let out the loudest cackle that I could let out. Baby, that was good to me. It reminded me of that meme of Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. Get him again. Baby, when I saw that, I cackled so loud. I said, oh, this is good to me. Baby, then I rewound it again and her little antlers were shaking. Baby, why them antlers was shaking, y'all? Why them little antlers was moving? Baby, I said, oh, not the antlers, baby. She's shaking the table. Baby, when I tell y'all I holler so loud because Aikisha, Kiki, why would you wear them ears, girl? I'm not gonna play with you. And then she said, Merry Christmas. These people must be stopped. Baby, now she said Merry Christmas. Y'all, I had tears in my eyes. Oh, that was so funny to me. And I think what made it funnier is because her antlers was shaking. And then Carlos was look at Carlos. Oh, child. Oh, child, it's hot in here. Oh, baby, it's hot in here. Oh, I'm finna pass out. Baby, look at Carlos. Carlos. How Dr. Heavenly say his name? Carlos. Carlos. Oh, child. Baby, she said, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't want you to hear it any other way. Baby, she gagged the hell out of him. Oh, baby, that was for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. Do you hear me? Oh, baby, that was so good to me. That was so funny. And that's what all them people, all them naysayers that was saying Candy was lying. You know, it kills me how people say, if it's not their fave, then the person lying. Oh, Candy always crying. Candy always saying something. Oh, okay. But when it's somebody you like and he doing something to the person you like, now all of a sudden you can see it. Well, hell, we've been telling you a long time ago. Baby, but this face had me hollering. I said, it's not. Because I promise to y'all, I kid y'all not, my phone had frozen up at least 5 times that day. So while I'm wrapping this Christmas present and I look up completely gagged and I saw Carlos frozen, I said, they done stopped the live. I thought he had stopped it or that my Wi-Fi had messed up. Only for him to blink. Oh, I'm not gonna play with Carlos. Only for him to blink. And then Aikisha said, okay, Merry Christmas. The colognes were out. Oh, baby, that was so good to me. Aikisha, that was a great gift, girl. That was the gift that keeps on giving. Baby, that was so funny to me. I said, not him participating in the mannequin challenge. Baby, that was like 2020, wasn't it? Oh, baby, that was so good to me. You know, Marie be blinking and thinking, but Carlos just be, he be frozen. Oh, child, I'm gonna start calling him Elsa. If y'all ever hear me do a review and I reference Elsa, I'm talking about Carlos King. Oh, child, now let's listen. Wait. Let me get this man down. Look, listen. I'm gonna play the clip, the little part where she quit, child. Oh, child, it's hot up in here. Baby. Oh, that was good to me. I said, now this man here, he was so he couldn't believe it. And that's what he get. You know what? That's really what he get because before she was gonna, she made her speech, honey, before she spoke her speech, he was trying to be shady, talking about, yeah, so I really don't have any questions for you. Okay, well, can you let Willie do something by himself? And I think maybe he felt it a little bit because I don't know, maybe they had conversations before this. Maybe there was something that happened in between this live. I'm not sure, but I think he felt something. Because you know how you try to hurry up and rush somebody off the phone, so you can make sure that, no, that's not how this going to go. She was like, okay, well, we'll get off when I'm done. Okay. And then we're going to, then we'll wrap this thing up, honey. You don't dismiss me. As I used to tell my students, the bell does not dismiss you. I dismiss you. And Aikisha said, the live does not dismiss you. I dismiss you. Oh, child. Thank you for your services, child. This how I was looking when she did that. I said, oh, baby, not you finna, girl, not Merry Christmas. Baby, not Merry Christmas. Okay, hold on. I gotta let y'all hear it now. Baby, this is good to me. Woo, child. Here we go. Let's get into it.
I just wanted to step in. I am excited that Bell Collective has been picked up for another season. I got my pickup letter.
Yeah, that's right.
We were excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done.
The colognes are done. You're done. You're done. Gosh, dog. Baby, that was good. The colognes are done. Oh, child, I wish I could show. I want to show that clip so bad because the way Jazz was looking, and I had wrote like little clips for all of them, honey. Jazz was looking at like, say what now? And then Dustin was looking like, oh, child, the ghetto. And Carlos was just stuck. Baby, that was so funny. And the way that Willie was sitting so stoic, honey, real strong, like, okay, he was looking like, yeah, I knew this was finna go down. But see, you thought I was going to come on here and just speak my speech and let these people keep playing in my damn face and playing with our livelihood. That's not what this is going to be about. Okay. Just so we're clear. I just want to make sure that I let you know. Sleepy Panda, thank you for the super chat. That Carlos face reaction is the same face that Misha made to me when I proved to her that Aikisha is from the South. Goodbye, Sleepy Panda. Goodbye. He ain't from no soft child. I don't claim no Aikisha. I don't know nothing about it. Baby, I'm gonna start. If I send you this picture, it means I'm too stunned to speak. This will go down in history. She made a mark. I gotta say that, baby. She made a damn mark, honey. This is gonna forever be something some people talk about, y'all. She did that. She did that. Mm-mm-mm. She said, I'm not gonna let y'all run with your own narratives, make up some situation like these heifers iced me out or push me out of the group. No, I quit. And you know what? A lot of times, especially with housewives, they do that. It's a lot of speculation about, oh, this person didn't quit. They were fired. They did that with, well, Robin basically told us I was fired because, she was doing what she wanted to do. But, Candace had said that she was taking time off. And a lot of people were like, no, she was fired. Then Candy said, I just decided that I wanted to work on my other projects. And they're like, no, she was let go because they wanted Phaedra back. So people will create a story for you. They will create a story for your exit. So I guess she just said, no, I'm going to do it myself. So y'all can see that this is how it goes down. And that takes me back to what Queen Day said about him not behaving like him being unprofessional. Let's just call a spade a spade. Him being quite unprofessional. Kiki with all of the cast members and having them on things like Messy Mondays and having them come and talk about other reality TV shows and having them come on. Look at that whole thing. Now, I don't know what's going down, y'all, because y'all know I don't mess with Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey, but it was all over the neighborhood talk when Tisha had said that about Hotel down there with the men's, honey. And I was like, say what now? And Carlos was looking the same way that he was looking when Willie was talking, uninterested. He was looking like, girl, shut up. And I really felt cringe and embarrassed for Tisha because he didn't care nothing about what she was talking about. You can tell who he likes and who he doesn't like. You can just tell. And I was looking at that and I was just like, oh, honey, this is so tacky. What is going on? So for me, I guess she just made it with the same energy. So in that case, I understand. She met him with the same energy that he meets all of them. All that fakeness and smiling only to be stabbed in the back. So it was giving, I got my get back. This is my lick back. And you can take this and all of the situations that y'all got going on with the bill collectors and all these narratives that they're trying to spin, and y'all can put it up your pipe and you can smoke it. Okay? So see, one thing about me is that I can rationalize what I need to. And if y'all just give me a minute to get there, then we'll be fine. But don't be trying to come check me in a rude way. Like, oh, you told her to leave and now she did it the wrong way. Don't do that. I don't talk to y'all like that. Give me a minute. I got to work through it, baby. I got to process what's going on. I go based off logic. If I went based off emotions, honey, the kind of reviews that y'all would get, child. Baby, the kind of reviews that y'all would get, y'all would be like, okay, Misha, girl, what's really going on? Because, baby, no, don't play. Exactly, Dr. Jen. I agree. All money ain't good money. I agree. And really and truly, if you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, Winter over there on Love and Marriage Detroit said that the money wasn't really money in no way. So exactly what was being provided outside of exposure. And Aikisha just was not at the forefront of the show like that. She did bring a certain je ne sais quoi to the show. She did. But outside of that, I feel like they weren't getting their just dues. It's not a show that people rush home to watch. It needs a little bit more development. And I do like the fact that they are able to showcase their Black businesses and things like that. I understand that, but at the same time, baby, the girls are saying they ain't getting paid nothing but peanuts, allegedly. Honey, I ain't said. Winter did. And I understand not allowing someone to continue to foster an environment where you're being mistreated in any way, whether it's all your fault, partially your fault, they fault, your fault, whoever fault. Nobody wants to work under those circumstances. And I told y'all when I did that review, let me take Carlos down, y'all. And I told y'all when I did that review that I feel like Letitia she only cares about anything that has to do with this show because of that check. If anybody needs that check, she needs that check. And all of this sisterhood and all this other kind of mess, that's simply so that she can keep this show going. All that crying this season and all that, oh, y'all not acting like a sisterhood and all that. That was just to keep the check. She don't care about them for real. And now she trying to get on here and act like Aikisha ain't friends with them. She don't be friends with us. She don't see us but 3 times. She only friends with So Gucci. Okay. And you only friends with Marie. And Latrice don't like none of y'all. And what else is going on? Like, come on now. If you're going to say it for one, you got to say it for all of them. Let's be for real. Especially now that Glenn ain't got no job. Oh, she explained that on the live too. She said, now y'all put in the chat if y'all want to hear what she said about Glenn not having no job. Great. Now I feel like I need to sage my place. She's trying to save the show for the check. Exactly. Like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Letitia was the only one in competition with Aikisha. Aikisha wasn't. Micah, please say it again for the people in the back. She's been in competition since they were first introduced, when they could have worked together. Like, it just didn't make any sense. Okay, y'all want to hear it? Okay. Okay, y'all want to hear it? Okay. You hit the nail on the head with Letitia needing that check. Yeah, she just screaming and crying and doing all that hollering. Girl, you don't care nothing about them ladies. All you care about is the fact that y'all need to keep this check. And this show is actually pushing your brunches or whatever you're trying to do forward. So that's the reason why you wanted to continue. And I mean, if that's the reason, that's the reason. Because everybody want to get paid, honey. Don't get me wrong. You want to keep the show going for your check. I understand. But don't be sitting up here trying to disguise it as you being all about a sisterhood, because that's a lie. Come on now. Baby, One Lock Wonder, I'm never going to forget that. Back when she brought up Aikisha's childhood trauma, I was done with her since then. Girl, me and you, we're besties. Okay, we see each other. That's exactly how I felt. And somebody in the comments has said to me, oh, when you going to let that go? I'm not going to let go of the fact that this woman brought up her adoption. No, I'm not. What I want us to find in 2025 is our moral compass. It's okay to go with what's right and steer away from what's wrong. It's okay. Nobody's going to think you're less cool. You don't have to follow the crowd. When someone does something wrong, even if it's your fave, shout out to Karen Huger. If they do something wrong, honey, it's okay to say they did something wrong. They want me to let go of Dr. Jackie, not giving a damn about Black women. And she's a whole physician. I'm not letting that go. Do you know how I could have passed away up in here when I was giving birth? No. We deserve proper child care. We deserve proper health care. We deserve proper mental health. We deserve to be treated with respect. And if you don't, then I'm going to bring it up every chance I get. And that's just that on that. Like, people be like, oh, we all in a group. We don't like this person. Then when that person switch up or they do something that's right, they still don't want to acknowledge it. And then when that person that they love does something wrong, they don't want to acknowledge it. Oh, well, that don't mean nothing, because what about when she did it? Baby, that does not negate the fact that she still did it. Okay? All righty. Like, I'm not, like, please. What's up with Tisha's or the Tishas on these shows giving us Tisha's a bad name? And you know he love a Kiki and a TT and a baby. It's giving typecast. Okay? Don't make no damn sense. How many events were successfully organized by Letitia? New Orleans. I'll take one. Oh, and speaking of events, Jazzy, I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't know how Latrice forgot how they tried to make her an alcoholic last season. Girl, they set up her, Marie, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but I know it was her and Marie. And I think Aikisha might have been in it too. Was it Aikisha? No, I don't think it was Aikisha. I think it was just Marie and Letitia. Latrice, do you remember last season when she tried to make you seem like you were getting loose as a goose and you were putting down women with a 9-to-5? They wanted you to pretend like you were a drunk. That's the narrative they created for you. Did you forget that? Oh, okay. And how they tried to fight you, both of them? Did you forget that? But you gonna say Aikisha dead to you? Child, that's crazy. Anywho. You not letting Kim Daddy exactly, that dirt bike need to show up. And where is Tamika's money? Baby, I don't care what they say about me, honey. Sophia, thank you, Teflon Butterfly. It was Sophia. You look cute in your picture too. Okay, girl. Look, I'm all in your picture. Yeah, it was Sophia too. Sophia, Marie, and Letitia. That's crazy. Yeah, she better speak. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Mommy duty calls, child. I thought I heard the house falling apart, honey. Woo! Oh, Lord, child. The life of a single mother. Child, I got a Kiki over here with y'all. Hey, girl, hey, get into it. Christmas, New Year's, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fair. Child, it's just so much going on. There's so much going on, child. So I just wanted to make sure he was all right. Okay, but we're back. BR said, yes, she does speak better this season, though. Latrice, yeah, she did do a lot better this season. She did. Hey, why Valentine? I haven't called a live in a minute. This right up my alley. I never agree with these country bammers. Look, I'm one of them country bammers 200. They be telling me I'm just as country as the day is long. But guess what? That's cool. I bet you can't beat me up though. No. Miss Prince said, I'm disappointed in Latrice. Me too. I don't think she's thinking. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Why are you not thinking about everything that they've done thus far? Why would you and like that little snippet I saw of the reunion, like Aikisha said, why are you gonna let her manipulate you into being mad at me when me and you, we were cool? But to Latrice's point, still, all y'all was tearing everything up. But if you're gonna be mad at Aikisha, you need to be mad at Letitia too, because it was her husband. The girl tried to fight. I'm sorry, I can't get over, baby. When you try to fight me, no, absolutely not. Happy holidays, Ruth. I'm gonna call security like Dr. Heaven. Security, y'all get this health off me. Heavily ignorant as the day is long, child. Oh, honey. That's crazy. What happened to Glenn's job? Okay, let's listen, y'all, because she's gonna tell us about Glendale's job. Okay, let's listen to it. Hold on, let me pull it up and then we're gonna listen to it.
But I wanted to say one thing. I don't come on and I don't do lives and I don't go after each show. I let y'all do whatever y'all want to do, right? I want y'all to be entertained. But this whole thing, that's why you guys probably didn't see everything because it didn't make sense. Shout out to the production team and the security that was there that stopped this whole thing. It went left and it went so fast and it seems as if it was orchestrated for something to happen. So I don't care about that. I don't care about that. To be honest, at the end of the day, when this show is gone, I still have a life to live. I still have a son to take care of. And I don't care who you are and what you do. The minute you have someone there to come in to attack me, because that's what it was, to attack me or whoever you wanted to attack, you were waiting, you came with things, you came with objects. I don't stand for that. I don't stand for that. And I'm not going to stand for that, whether it's on this show or not. I don't know. That's just what it is. I mean, that's just what it is at the end of the day. And when the guys were going back and forth, I I stayed seated. That wasn't my fight. That wasn't my deal to go back and forth. It's not until she got up and started telling Glenn F you. I think like the third F you. And I'm like, why are you even talking to him? Let the guys do what they gonna do and the girls stay seated. It is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. But I'm not gonna play about that. I'm not. I'm not gonna play about that. I'm not gonna play about that. I'm just not gonna play about that. You know, um, I'm just not gonna play about that. And when it comes to anything saying something, someone is jealous, someone is this, baby, let me tell you something. And let's get it twisted. And I think I've said it several times. Reality TV was not on my vision board. Baby, it doesn't matter where I go or where I'm seated or whatever happens. The room gonna always shift to me because of my aura and who I am and my good intentions. So that doesn't bother me, right? But I'm not gonna let anybody play with me. I'm not gonna let nobody play with my life. It's not that serious for me. And that's exactly what happened, okay? You know, exactly. She stood up to sneak this him, like just kept going. I stayed seated. Me and Aikisha didn't have no beef. We didn't have no issues going on. We had nothing going on. But this is not the first time she did this at the wig launch. She thought people were there to fight her. I mean, that's what happens. We don't know you. I don't know her. I know her just from our text message with me trying to get her on the show and get a call and her going back and forth asking why she don't have a call.
Exactly, Ma B. She said, didn't she jump up when the men started to fight? She definitely did. I remember the sequence perfectly. Like I stated, Cliff stood up first, then Willie stood up, then Latrice stood up. She put her hands in between. Then I think after that, I think Aikisha stood up next. I think she stood up next after Willie, and then Letitia was right there next to Glenn. She said, look, Aikisha yelled out first, F you, but she was speaking directly to Glenn because Glenn had said something about this ain't Jersey, this the South. And then that's when Letitia said, BFU, what you want to do? And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Everybody was going around each other. But she definitely was not the first person to jump up. I don't like when people trying to make me see something. I know I saw what I saw. So you're saying that production manipulated the sequence of events as well? Because she didn't jump up first. Now, she did say to Cliff, oh, no, make sure he runs back the fact that he don't like you and the fact that we don't give a F. She did say that. But then another thing, too. Letitia kept saying that Aikisha was in Willie's ear and saying stuff in Willie's ear. Latrice said something to Cliff, too. Oh, he said you could suck his bells. Oh, child, not his bells. Everybody was talking. Yeah, I'm gonna be whispering to my man too. Just like your husband whispered to Cliff that he got a hot wife and Willie has Aikisha. But we're gonna conveniently forget that. We're just gonna talk about her talking to her man who is being clowned in front of everybody at this man's grand opening. Okay, TT. Anywho, she didn't know her, ma'am. You're not Mariah Carey. Girl, please. Child, Letitia backsliding worse than a crooked preacher or a politician. Baby, ain't she? Candace says she thinks she's convincing us, or is she trying to convince herself? Because sounds like a bunch of BS. She ain't saying nothing. Please review it. I don't watch it, but a fire has been ignited this week. Love your commentary. Okay, Miss Priest, I thought y'all didn't want to hear it anymore. Y'all, the way Aikisha was trying to get around Willie and bouncing was actually hilarious to me. And she's so little, baby. She down on the ground, honey. And he just standing solid. I ain't never seen nobody stand that solid. I said, dang, he shall not be moved. Like, what is going on? Meanwhile, Latrice's nephew done pushed Glenn all the way back to New Orleans. I said, baby, Glenn is light as hell because he was gone. I said, this is a mess. Okay, this is a mess. Okay, let's get back into it.
I don't know her. Outside of that, I know nothing about her. None of us do. Let's be clear. Tamara, because they went to school on her, and Tamara going whatever, But at the end of the day, no one else but Gucci. So I don't know her to hate her, and I tried to get to know her. I don't know her, right? But I don't. And anybody that I want in my tribe, in my circle, they're not going to bring their relatives there. And also, one of Selena's daughters, she called another carload. That came from I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they were riding up and down the road waiting on the other people to come. So during that time, and production can run that back and show, when I saw things were like, I was like, hey girl. And she just had like this attitude. So I got up and I said, hey, are y'all gonna stay for the party? She said, yes. So I'm just trying to make sure everything was good because I know me and her hadn't had any beef. As a matter of fact, truth be told, me and Glenn had an issue going on that day. So I had no beef with anybody. It was something that we needed to talk about, So that was scary for me. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the platform. But baby, ain't nobody gonna play with my life like that. I don't do that. I don't do that now. I call me messy, call me whatever. I'll push a story forward, right? I'll do that. I will push a story forward, honey, okay? But at the end of the day, hurting someone, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I would not do that. But that's exactly what happened. This is no type of damage control. I don't even go live. I let y'all see what it is and be laughing with y'all. I be laughing with y'all and I be entertained with y'all. But this went too far. It really went too far. And it was just focused in on Glenn and Cliff and Willie. But there was so much more to that, right? But again, we are our own network, and that's something they don't stand for. 10 toes down, they don't. And neither does Kingdom Reign, right? So at the end of the day, they immediately came in and broke that up. But I'm not gonna play about that, And only thing I can think, and I don't need sympathy, is that when her cousin or whoever this person was bumped into me hard and stared at me, and I said, "Oh, we're good. My bad." I had no idea that I was a target. I didn't know that, right? So if I would have said something and got smart, she would have hit me in the head with one of them damn mechanical tools she had. So it was a lot. So at the end of the day, we don't have to be on here. Oh, Latrice, she did send the friend request. I can't get in here, but that's all that I can't. She's not in. I see y'all saying she's trying to join, but no. Let's see.
Girl,
There you
I
go.
was trying to join this. Girl, Keisha, I'm sick of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's still a lot of
Someone
unanswered
said your
questions.
character speaks for you. Remain silent. Yeah, like anybody on here at the end.
Every time Latrice starts to speak, Letitia starts speaking over her. Girl, give her a minute so she can speak. Every time she tries to say something, she reading the comments. You keep saying you're not doing damage control. You don't got to do this. You don't even go live. You don't have to say this. You don't have to defend. Girl, you're trying so hard to defend yourself that you won't even calm down for 2 seconds to allow Latrice to speak. It is okay. Calm down. Child, this is a mess.
End of the day, listen, me and Latrice went toe to toe, but I do it. But my heart, at the end of the day, my heart is that you can't find no one who will say outside the internet and outside y'all see, but real life that, oh, I can't stand her. Go find me one, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, this was just a situation that totally went left.
I
You
think
know,
when we were at Taste, what started it? So the guys, of course, was jokingly going back and forth like they always do. Like if you guys see any scene with the guys, like it's very humorous, right?
It's
Because they
that's
go
a good
back and
thing.
they go back and forth. So I don't know what happened, but I know Willie ended up telling the guys like, you know, suck my dick or
Yeah.
whatever, basically to suck his balls or whatever. And a lot of they're Southern guys, so of course Glenn, like I think he said it 2 or 3
Yeah,
times,
he said it
so
multiple times.
that's real insulting when it comes to a guy, like it's just certain stuff you don't say, certain stuff you don't do, whatever. The jokes ended up going too far. Now Willie and JJ jokes hard, like they joke hard. My husband and Glenn joke hard, but this specific day, I don't know, the jokes weren't joking, and all of a sudden people want to take it serious when that hasn't been the case. Like anything, I don't care how much crap they talk about each other, it's still light surface, and at the end of the day they still can have a beer and drink and shake hands. And it went from there. And that's when I guess the guys jumped up, and for one, when they were sitting down, Keisha was kind of egging Willie on, like, we don't give a fuck, this is what y'all didn't see. Right. So she said, like me with my man, I don't egg him on when it comes to anything, because I'm a firm believer. I don't like violence. I have too much to lose. I feel like I work hard for my name. So it's certain stuff that I do and certain stuff that I don't want to do, right? And especially when I know that, like women, we have influence over our husband in certain ways. If I'm sitting here telling my husband, fuck him, hell, whatever.
Do they know who we are? Like, just a whole bunch of stuff. Tell them we don't give a fuck. Let's run it back. And I think Willie was like, hey, I don't want to look crazy in front of my wife,
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That is not the reason why Willie did that. He said he felt the energy was off when Glenn first came in the door and didn't really want to greet him. He said everybody had been cool before then. This is what he said on the live, the Messy Monday. This is what he said. He said everybody was cool, dancing. They had only brought 2 people. I think one of them was his niece or something like that, and they were having a good time. When Glenn popped back up in the scene, his whole energy had changed and something was going on, and he could feel that the energy had shifted. Now, Willie is not, he could hear that they were whispering, but I don't think that he knew that they said that about Aikisha and Cliff having the hot wife and all that. I don't think he knew that, but he knew that something was being said. So by that time, that's when Cliff had stood up and got extremely disrespectful. That was embarrassing. I don't care. You can be the biggest man on earth. It doesn't matter. Everybody's feelings get hurt. And if you take me somewhere and you stand up in a crowd of people and start professing how you can't stand me and how you don't like me and you clowning me in front of mixed company, baby, I don't know all these people. Everybody's there. There are people from different networks. And, and here you are talking about how you don't like me because you've been drinking a little bit too much, allegedly. This is what Willie said. So for me, it didn't start because Willie didn't want to be embarrassed in front of. No, it started because the whole thing started when Glenn first came through the door. Let's just be for real. Latrice must have amnesia. Cliff pulled her out the restaurant and called her a snake bee last season. Sure did. Mm-hmm. Poor thing. He definitely wanted them to run back that sideline commentary. Yep, Glyph. Now we're going to start calling him Glyph. Yeah, he did, because I think he could kind of hear little rumblings, but he like, what? And see, if Cliff really was about it, he would have said it. But he up there talking about, no, we was talking about who did your hair. Okay. If that's what we want to go with, cool. Whatever. Aikisha is fine too, and that's all her. Like, that's crazy. I have always said this about Bell Collective. Baby, the face cards ain't declining on none of them. Okay? Unlimited funds. Every last one of them are pretty. They might get on my nerves, but they are pretty. So when Glenn said that, first of all, the first thing that was going on in my mind was, why are you looking at his wife? And why are you worried about his wife being fine? Why are you worried about his wife being the young, hot wife? Is that why you always getting into it and trying? Because remember, I don't know if y'all remember that season where there was like some little banter going back and forth between Latrice and Glendale, and she was like making fun of him or whatever. Child, he probably could have been looking. I don't trust nothing about that, because why you over there looking and commenting? You need to keep that to yourself. Okay, because if somebody, when JJ just mentioned that he didn't like the fact that Letitia put Sophia and Selena in the same scene, you want to pull him to the side and have a conversation. See, y'all be knowing who to play with. And then when you get over here, you want to whisper, oh, you got the young, fine wife, and he got Aikisha. That was crazy to me. Now, that's the part that really kind of like threw me off, because why are we doing that? We ain't never did that before. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about each other all day long, but don't bring that. And then it made me feel bad for her, because, child, he had said that, and then the camera panned over to Latrice and then Aikisha. I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. They got her twerking over here on the thing, well, shimmying from side to side, child. Now here he go, trying to make it like she's some old frumpy housewife. And then she already going through the perimenopause of it all, child. And that make you feel just, ugh. When I say I feel like, oh, child, where's my zhuzh, honey? I just, like a man was trying to talk to me just recently, child, and I didn't even realize it. My mama and my son had to tell me, oh, he think you, I'm like, it doesn't? Child, this perimenopause will have you feeling unattractive. And then y'all sitting up there talking. Don't do that, Glenn. You need to find somebody else to play with. Like, don't do that. I think Letitia, Glenn, Latrice, and Cliff met up and discussed this mess before the scene. Latrice was giggling the whole time as it was no surprise. And when Letitia stood up, okay, see, Patricia, the reason why I don't think so is because Latrice is always uncomfortable. She always has like a little skin and grin to her. She gives like uncomfortable, nervous, anxious energy. I'm not sure what it's about, but even in her solo confessional scenes, she seems uncomfortable a little bit. So I think maybe it might be a defense mechanism, her just grinning and laughing like that, because she's uncomfortable. And I think she know, Cliff might get a little crazy. So I think I don't think they discussed it before, because I think Glenn just wanted to show out. He ain't gonna discuss nothing with his wife. You see, he ain't even discussed the fact that he done quit his dang on job. That's crazy. Willie annoying, Cliff annoying, Glenn annoying, JJ bitter and annoying. There is too much invested in this fight episode. All of them just annoying. But see, I think why so much is invested in this fight episode is because of how it's all playing out. See, you have the fight, and then some, when the people had a fight, that's what everybody talk about. It's been proven on every reality show. If a fight breaks out, baby, that's going to be talked about for at least a good 2 or 3 episodes. That's like when Candace and Monique had that fight. Then you got, but they showed theirs, child. But then you have other shows and franchises that have had fights before, and Bell Collective has never really given that. They've always given sitcom. Like, it just seems scripted from episode 1, season 1. I have always felt like this show was scripted. Like, they actually give them a script. They have a table read. That's what this show gives me. So when we see them getting real and raw and losing their damn mind, it's like, wait a minute. Not y'all fighting. And then I think it's the aftermath of it. This live, then everything happening with Sophia Shante So Gucci when the interview was deleted, allegedly. I don't really know how that went down. And just everything, the culmination of all of it together. And then the way Aikisha came out and was like, yeah, we're done. I think that's why people are still talking about it. Because it probably would have been something like, okay, we would have brought it up, especially if we're watching the reunions and stuff like that. But it probably wouldn't have been talked about as much. But it seems like the trickle down effect because so much is happening after. It was Glenn's baby, so I know he came in smelling like and Don Julio and ready to act the fool. I doubt it was planned. Yeah, I don't think it was. I was shocked too, Rhonda. I was shocked. You know what? Actually, I thought they were gonna pull that thing that they like to do. Now, when I used to watch Huntsville, do y'all remember the scene where Mel had her video? I think it was like a video premiere or something. She had it at Stormy's house, and Destiny was pulling her to the side, talking about she needed a village or something like that. Y'all know what episode I'm talking about? Well, on the previews for the season, they showed Martell kind of acting a fool because Mel was talking to another man. But when we watched the actual episode, that was completely cut out. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not what they showed on the previews. Did y'all have to redo that or what's going on? So when that scene was cut out, I thought that's what they were going to do with this scene because this was in the previews for the season. And I was thinking they are not going to show that because we had gone through the entire season down to the last episode. So I wasn't expecting for it to be in the episode. I thought they were going to edit it out. But no, child, my mouth was wide open. Do you hear me? Carlos doesn't provide a safe environment. So Gucci has to film with Selena, who assaulted her, and Willie and Aikisha was set up to fight. With the Selena and Sophia situation, I feel like they both attacked each other. Selena, I think, what's the girl? Child, so many S's. Sophia Shante So Gucci, triple S, came over to get it started. She called the woman an extra. Selena looked at her because both of them are like, in their feelings, and then it popped off. But I do agree that the environments are not safe, and many people have stated the same exact thing. So you can't very well be like, oh, no, it's cool. Everybody can't be lying. That's just how I look at it. Like, come on now. One Lock wonders she's getting that money. Hopefully everything is in her name. Right. JJ sat there like, they talking about hairstyles. Let me stay out of this. Yeah, because that's what they lied and said, honey, because they knew it was going to be up and stuck if they would have said what they really said. No, oh no, we just talking about your hair. What? Let's be very for real. Don't forget the Madani fight either on Huntsville. Yeah, that too, Gemini Diva. Yep, you're absolutely right. That too. So I thought that's what this was gonna be. I'm like, they're gonna edit it out, or twist it around or something. I'm just thinking it's gonna be something different. But no, it was not. Okay, let's listen and let me see if she gonna hurry up and get to Glenn and his job.
Yeah.
So it started from that right there. But even like before then, this is what I didn't know and what I didn't find out till after like all the commotion and everything. That Aikisha not only had like her niece, cousin, sister, or whoever there, she brought like several people there. Like, and this was a invite only event. It was supposed to be like Bells, a few of my friends, like I did not know any of these people was here. They was coming out the woodworks when all this commotion happened. So they was coming out the woodworks, and I'm looking back at the cameras like, they're carrying heavy purses with like whatever they had in them. Whatever they had in them. So after production and everybody broke Willie and Glenn and whoever else up, what they didn't show was outside. So my cousin was there. I didn't watch this episode, but I was trying to follow the tweet. Was my cousin Gorgeous? She was there, right? She was on this episode, right?
Is that the one that was in the restaurant with you and Selena and your manager?
I think so.
Okay, she was there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, my Aikisha, of course they pushed them outside like, hey, you guys leave, we finna end this thing, whatever. So while they're outside or whatever, the girl in the pink or red or whatever she had on, she's outside like turned up, like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin goes outside to tell her, hey, let's not do that today. Let's not, this is my cousin event. Y'all just go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what my cousin said, this girl wanted smoke because she specifically came here for that specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
So she hits my cousin in the face. Now I understand, like, Aikisha, you got fighters in your family, but you can't bring a fighter to a fighter. So my cousin ended up stomping Pink in the ground.
She wanted the smoke, girl. She knocked that girl. That girl hit me so damn hard. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Baby Letitia said that girl hit me so damn hard. Oh, she said she hit me so damn hard. I was like, oh my God. Letitia, are you a fighter or not? Okay? Because the way you was all up in Latrice's face at that reunion, honey, you would think you really get down with it. Are you a fighter or not? Like Latrice just said, you can't bring a fighter to a fighter. Now all of a sudden you so scared and taken aback. Girl, bye. I am not about to play. I was like, oh my God. Oh, child, just crazy.
Yeah. So while my cousin's stomping Pink in the ground, we're literally seeing this from the inside. So they like, they're fighting or whatever. So all of us start running outside, like my sister, brother, cousin. Because if y'all want smoke, we can give y'all smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So by this time, I see Aikisha, Willie, Aikisha, I guess, I don't know, she's swinging in the air, like she wants smoke or whatever. But it's probably, when I look back, it's like literally about 15 of them. So I'm like, where the fuck all these people come from?
They threw me in the bathroom because they heard her say, we've been wanting her. I've been wanting you, meaning me. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I didn't see that part, but one of my friends, she was looking inside a Taste, and she said she just saw Aikisha out there fighting the air. So I didn't know. I was like, what? She was like, some more people pulled up. So I'm like, where did they come from?
Yeah, she had literally, they was running the cars trying to get whatever they was trying to get. I know one of the girls was trying to, I don't know, was it the one that got beat up or whichever one of her people, they ended up grabbing like a monkey wrench, and I think JJ ended up taking the monkey wrench.
Yeah, I heard somebody come in there and say they did give JJ praise. Somebody came in there and said, man, somebody would have been messed up if JJ didn't take that from that girl's hand. And they said that he was just like, we ain't gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. And he took it from her.
So look, thank God for JJ, but it wasn't gonna go how they thought it was gonna go. But
we came to party, they came to fight. And
Letitia, stop that. We came to party, they came to fight. Girl, okay. So now we're going with this whole thing was orchestrated simply to pull off this monumental beatdown. That's what we're coming up with. Okay. Now, do I think that it got real? I do, because the reason why I say that is because I remember Willie saying on that Monday Live or whatever, he said that it was 2 seconds away from people going to jail or everybody's lives being different. He said something along those lines. So there definitely was a bigger brawl than what we saw. Of course, they're not going to show everything. I was really expecting the screen to go black. I mean, that's what I would have done. But yeah, it obviously was something bigger than what we saw. Now, what? I have no idea. But this girl's talking about they put me in the bathroom and they didn't. Oh, Lord, child. When are any of you going to take accountability for just take accountability for your husbands if you don't want to take it for yourself? You were there and you saw what went down. Like, come on now. Yes, that's what he said, Lanice. Thank you. He said we could have been on the news. Thank you so much. I couldn't remember what he said. He did say that. He said they could have been on the news. And that's crazy. Child, that's a mess.
There was no beat, but I told Glenn when we got out to come to Goddess Live, I said, something feels off. And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, maybe it was just me running around trying to get you remember we were talking about those fire dancers. And I said, well, maybe something is off. I had no idea. And then I have a video when Aikisha was whispering in Gucci's ear, and I was just panning the room, like, getting footage, and Gucci looked dead at me, and I'm like, what happened? Because there's no problem. Like, we're good. I don't know what that was about. I have no idea. Why would I invite you somewhere and we trying to And then you had other people in line to pull up.
Yeah. Literally, I know one of Selena girls saw her on the phone, and then right afterwards saw like another car full of people pull up. Like, what are y'all gonna do?
Crazy. So, and then when you look, that's the only thing. Because listen, the stuff that we do, the stuff that Glenn and Cliff say and do, it's like, what the hell, right? But this here, they did appear that like they just came for some smoke, and it was already tension before. But I understand it wasn't, it couldn't be highlighted or whatever.
Yeah, and that's whatever. I see a few people ask, was anybody arrested? No, nobody was arrested. We just kind of wanted to go ahead and just, they left eventually, and we just continued on with, what we were doing. Now, I don't have a problem with anybody. With when it comes to Letitia, Marie, or whatever, as long as you don't come in my family. Like Tisha, everybody know, like I go up about my family. So my issue with Aikisha, and Lord knows, like I have supported her from pajama line. I've come to
any and every event. We wore her pajamas. I had her pajamas on, talking about, "Ooh, these are so cold." Like I supported her.
Yes, I literally come to every single event. Like I'm Team Aikisha. Hey, let's go. Well, I'm team any woman that's doing something. Hell, even if you don't, if you're not doing anything, I'm just a supporter of people because I'm a people lover. And anybody know that about me. My thing with Aikisha was what people didn't see. Like my nephew was there. He was the one that grabbed Glenn and carried his ass to the back. But during all the commotion, my nephew, his phone was given to Aikisha and her people because they was trying to, it was so much going on. So they literally had to, whatever. It was just so much going on, so many moving pieces. So they accidentally gave his phone to Aikisha, and I'm trying to rush them out, like, here, get your phone, get out, whatever. So I'm not thinking anything of it. My nephew, he's like, somebody stole my phone, somebody got my phone. Production said that they gave it to Aikisha now or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he literally tracks the phone. It tracks back to Aikisha's home, right? Literally. And I got this in my phone. Literally tracks back to Aikisha's home. So I still didn't think nothing of it because my nephew grown. You handle your own business. But he died a week later.
I know.
And this
one. And he's on the
episode.
Girl,
I hate to get emotional about that.
I know. I was like, and he was on the episode. You're gonna see it. Yeah.
So he died like a week later. So the only thing I'm thinking about is like memories of him, like his last moments and how he was so happy and taking pictures at the event. So we share, like I got everybody location, my entire family. So I'm looking at find my whatever, that app. So I'm looking at his name and I'm thinking, like, he told me that somebody took his phone or whatever, that production gave it to Aikisha. So I'm looking at the location. The last location literally is still Aikisha's house. So I'm like, okay, this bitch got my nephew's phone. So I text Aikisha. I'm like, Aikisha, my nephew, production said that they gave you my nephew's phone. I need his phone. Not telling her the reason why. Yeah. Like, I want his phone because those are his memories. Those are his last memories with us. So, she called me and she was like, well, I don't know. No, I literally sent her a screenshot of her address and to find my phone. I wish I had my other phone with me so I could show you guys.
Okay, so I just want to take a minute to say my condolences to Latrice and her family on the passing of her nephew. I can totally understand how and why she did not watch this episode, because to think back, on that memory and her nephew being there, and then all of this whole big debacle, and everybody is just, it's just been made a mockery of, and she's already grieving. I just want to say my thoughts and prayers are with her family. My condolences to you and your family. And I completely understand why you didn't watch that episode. I understand it. I really do. And we got to figure out, child, it could have been production with the phone, child. I don't trust nobody. Okay. I don't put nothing past nobody. Cause how the phone end up over there? Like what that's crazy. Okay, let's finish listening, y'all.
So she's like, well, I don't know anything about a phone or whatever. I'm like, I'm like, bitch, this is your location, right? So she's like, well, I don't know what happened, but I'll ask my niece about the phone or whatever. So it's a lot of stuff happened after that. I don't want to even get into it because I don't play about my family. And I always, like I told Aikisha, bitch, you gonna have to see me by my nephew, okay? I need his phone. Right. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about the rest of the stuff that happened.
It's all good. That's just what that was for my part. If whatever happened with Glenn and Willie and all of that, I even said, y'all sound like some kids, like Joshua, some little kids going back and forth. I thought it was comical. I thought it was like, hey, because Glenn, he said that's all we do when we get together, and they just shoot the stuff back and forth. So this time it just escalated because I sincerely feel like people had a job to do, and something had to pop off because people were sent there. It's been confirmed. Like your people heard it, that it was confirmed. I just don't know why. I just don't know why. Now, if we were editing, we had a beef going on, then it'd be like, oh, okay, she got some people here, blah, blah, blah. Even that shouldn't even go down like that. But I can understand that. But why would you send people there to do that? And then I didn't even know. So how can you even be comfortable around? Listen, girl, that's a whole other situation. Because like I said, I did not know. I did not know, even from Goddess, what you was telling me. They were riding up and down the street. So that's probably why they were like late getting there, waiting on other people to be there. I just don't know what made her think that I don't know. Nothing went wrong. Nothing. We were all cool. I don't know.
All good.
I don't know. And it's so focused in on Glenn and Cliff, because that's what was.
At the end of the day, I can give two fucks about Glenn, Cliff, the whole situation.
Exactly.
My whole goal and what I want back. No, I did not get the phone back. I think I seen somebody said production was at her. No, my nephew literally pulled up to her house like, run me that phone.
Yeah.
Stay
focused on your brand. We are staying focused on our brand. That is very much true. And again, you don't see us going live. Neither one of us. We don't go live talking about anything that will mess up the integrity of the show, anything to go back and forth. I'll be laughing and reading the tweets and everything with you guys too. Like, oh, I remember that, and just going back and forth. But this here went way too far. It shouldn't have gone this far. If we have to take accountability, when Glenn walked in, and I don't know how they act, but when Glenn walked in and Willie went to shake his hand, maybe Glenn should have just shook his hand. I don't know how they act when they together, because Glenn has never been home saying, I can't stand Willie and it's a problem. I think that, and let's be clear, Willie just popped, he popped in and he was, Willie just here, to be honest, so it really shouldn't have went down the way it went down. But I think that it was more to that story, and that's just what it is, y'all. But we have a whole, Latrice got her Goddess lens. I'm getting ready to go on my Mississippi State, finally, as someone said, get back to the brand. So why I even started Women Brunch Mississippi, why I even wanted to highlight women in Mississippi. So I'm getting ready to go on a whole tour. Y'all got my brunch wear coming out, and Mississippi tour. Getting back to why I started and what's important, but I don't play those types of games. I don't play them with nobody. I'm not going to play it. I'm just not going to do that. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So if you guys say that Glenn and Cliff should take accountability, if they need to take accountability, that's what Glenn and Cliff take accountability. Actually, this wasn't even for that, to be honest. This wasn't even for that. This was for what really happened that could not be shown. And I feel like it would have been shown had it not been so just not aligned with what OWN stands for.
Right.
Period.
That's correct.
Girl, somebody talking about, girl, these brunches are, girl, please, you gotta come to one. Hey, my hater, because I have more, baby. I got more congratulators than you got. Yes, baby, you got one. You think I care? Quick. Do you really think again? Think again. But yeah, oh, come to Georgia, Letitia. I will. But that's it, y'all. Love and light. Thank y'all for the support of Bell Collective for the show. Um, and just everything, just everything that you guys do. And we all about entertainment. We all about making a show. We all about being an inspiration, at the end.
Baby, it is not nothing inspirational about none of this. And little baby 245. So Glenn never said he didn't like Willie. So why did y'all try to get a woman to get in Willie's DMs? Listen, when that first was said, the very first episode, when Aikisha said that, and she said that, this is what I'm saying, it's such a big mess. When Aikisha said that Latrice was the one that told her that, I was thinking, that don't make no sense to me. Baby, after listening to this, that's why I'm saying I'm the kind of person I gotta put all the pieces together. After listening to it, I believe every word, allegedly. I believe that it was gonna be some kind of setup to try to make Willie look crazy, to try to prove that he ain't all, as highbrow and faithful as he try to make it appear to be on this show. We don't know what any of their relationships really are. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. But now that I'm thinking back, because at first when I did my review, I was like, that does not sound like Letitia. I don't see her trying to put together no mess to fall off in Willie's DMs. That's crazy to get a lady to set him up. But after listening to this lady talk in a circle for over an hour and a half and blame this entire thing on the other party when everybody was at fault, I said, oh, okay, well, honey, it might be some truth to it. Because why? Girl, listen, she's bad. I'm gonna say something about that in a minute too. Cause why are y'all even doing this live if you're not gonna take any accountability? And I just really hate how she keeps saying accountability. Girl, just accountability. It's one accountability. It's really smooth. You know, damn. When I was listening to this, y'all, I literally had to put it on mute. Her voice was really taking me down up and through there. I said, if she says accountability, or mechanical tool one more damn time, I'm going to lose my mind. But back to what I was saying, little baby, I totally think that it was some tomfoolery going on. But you notice that Latrice didn't say, I didn't tell you that, Aikisha. She didn't say nothing. She just sat up there and smiled. Because remember, that was around the time when Latrice didn't want nothing to do with Letitia. Right before they had that sit down. And after that sit down, Latrice said that she didn't want anything to do with Letitia. She don't trust her. And then here y'all are doing this live together, acting like everything's all good. And that's why I call this a 30-minute sitcom. Child, this is crazy. That's crazy. Oh, child, not accountability. Oh, child. That's like Tisha at the even. Baby, not down to the even. Oh. That's why people shouldn't be getting them dang on teeth if you can't talk through them, child. That's why I can't do them false teeth and all them fake teeth and all that stuff. Then you start mispronouncing the words and talking all crazy. Child, it's just too much. BR said, Lord, the Tishas and them tongues be fighting for their life, honey. But see, Tisha season 1, she wasn't talking like that. This Tisha right here, let me show y'all the Tisha I'm talking about. When she was making them glory green, she was not talking like that. Okay, it wasn't no accountability. And then somebody in the live talking about, I like your new teeth. I'm like, what? I cannot stand y'all. And I looked, I said, she did get them done up. This Tisha right here, she was not talking like that. She wasn't saying no accountability. Her and Glenn think they the king and the queen. Now they done got Aikisha and Willie done. They like, okay, 1 couple down, 3 to go. This right here, this was not accountability. She was not saying accountability when she was looking like this. No. And then the people in the chat, baby, oh, child, it's going to be 2025. I don't have time. I don't have time to play. I really don't. I really do not have time to play. But when she had this wig right here, she was not talking like that. I was like, girl, stop talking like that. That's really annoying me. I can't stand to look at it. Child, just a fool. Do you hear me? That was that season 1 wig, child. They hadn't yet got a check that cleared. But once they got a check that cleared, child, she got her a better wig. David said, and that's why they couldn't keep letting them play with their marriage and livelihood. Exactly, David. They stood up for themselves and their family and their kids and their legacy. And I appreciate that. They going to galas, they moving and grooving, actually doing things in the community. So nobody has time for y'all to be acting a fool down to the event. So therefore, and thus and such, we're gone. We're out of here. Deuces. Arrivederci. We ain't coming back around here no more. You ain't got to worry about me being on there another live because I don't have nothing to do with y'all. Nothing. And I feel like, after it was all said and done, I do think that Carlos was trying to save face. Well, you're welcome back at any time. In the back of his mind, he was thinking, you would never be allowed to come back around me. I know, I don't care how nice you are. When somebody cut you off like that, baby, they ain't allowed to come back. Girl, child, I'm like, okay. So she allowed to come back? Sure, Jan. Marie got them little nostrils. Latrice got titties. And Letitia went and got some big teeth. Goodbye. Goodbye, One Lock Wonder. Goodbye. Oh, my God. I had a wig on the other day that looked like that. I had to put it. I'm finna end the live. I don't have time for this. Baby, not you had to put a hat on it. Oh, child, y'all are so crazy. Letitia been mad at Aikisha since Fair Street. She sure has. And I wish she would just admit that. Just be like, yeah, I had a little problem with her or whatever, because she tried to come in like she was the queen bee when I'm the one that put the show together. I'm the one that said, look, I want to do this. I want to do that. I brought the ladies on to hear you come trying to ride my coattail and coming in here saying that you want to do this, that, and this and that. Just keep it real. But to sit here and act like, no, I wanted us all to win. No, you didn't. You and Marie, when y'all sat down with Aikisha that very first meeting, neither one of y'all liked her. Hell, I didn't even like her. I was like, oh, honey, I don't know about this one. Everybody felt the same. Well, not a lot of people, not everybody, but the vast majority felt like, who is this lady coming in trying to infiltrate Ferris Street? Because I remember saying in my review, I feel a kind of way, like, not you gonna come and just take over. But then, like I said, as the seasons progressed and she showed more of who she was, sometimes I might like a character and sometimes I might not. It just depends on how you act that episode. But girl, you ain't no victim, child. Anywho, I might be an outlier, but I love a woman that is confident without the makeup. What you talking about, Zach? You talking about Kiki? Oh yeah, I do too. I like when she come fresh faced. It gives real in reality. I like when she just come out and do a thing. Aikisha had to grow on me. She came in hot, but same thing, Miss Kira speaks. She did come in hot. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to like her. That's the same way I felt about Stormy on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She had to grow on me. And then eventually I was like, I like Stormy. But when I first, was introduced to her, I was like, okay, Stormy Weather now, get it together. But then as she began to fit in and do what it is she had to do within the franchise, then I was like, oh, okay, she might be cool. And that's the same way I feel about Aikisha. I think that she was kind of misunderstood when she first came on. But like I said, I still do believe that she said that to Tambra about these ladies. But my thing, Tambra, is what did you say when she said it to you? Okay? Because I'm watching all y'all. I'm watching all of you. All of you. Hold on, I saw a super chat. Thank you, Sean Living Life, for the super chat. Is the brunch circuit really a thing for real? Oh, Sean, yes, honey. If you over there on the Instagram and you put up a post that has any bit of pink in it and you look even halfway attractive, these ladies will either buy an ebook or they will sign up for one of these women's empowerment, teach you how to be a boss type brunches. Like, they really making a big bag off of that. I just couldn't do that because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. The thing is, I have to make sure I'm giving you the value for what you're paying for. I struggle with that even with my Patreon because, it's a 1, 3, and 5. And I just post over there constantly, sometimes like 5 or 6 times in one day, because I don't ever want a person to be seeing something coming out of their account and it's got my name attached to it. And they looking at it like, this girl ain't even giving me nothing for it. Like, what is this really? So these girls, they are making lots of money being mean girls behind the scenes. Half the time, these brunches be thrown together. I've seen a lot of people, they like do these little, these little gatherings where they try to teach you how to make money doing this and that. And they are charging $300 and $400 and $500 sometimes to attend these things. And people are actually paying that. That is crazy. It ain't no way. I was just about to say that, Cody. You took the words right out of my mouth. She said Atlanta is the mecca for the brunch and empowerment brunch grift. Absolutely. Absolutely. Didn't Aikisha reach out to be on the show or wanted to be on Real Housewives of Jersey? Somebody else just said that in the chat. Like I said, I don't really follow. So I'm not sure, and I don't want to speak on things I really don't know. But according to Letitia, she reached out to her to be a part of the show, or reached out to somebody, a friend of, or something. Now, as far as Jersey, I had never heard that before tonight. Somebody just put that in the chat, and I had never heard that. They said that she was on bed rest, so she couldn't be a part of Jersey. Can y'all see her being on Housewives of New Jersey? I couldn't see her being on that franchise. I couldn't see that. Don't be telling people, shh, now I'm all for networking and good information, but a lot of these people are scamming. They don't be telling people nothing, nothing at all. And you know what? The biggest scam of all now is those ebooks. When I tell you that is the most common sense stuff they be putting in them books, if y'all don't get on Google, if y'all don't get on YouTube, if y'all don't read a book, why do you need these people to charge you $19.99 and some of them charging big bucks? It's really kind of annoying though, because even sometimes, like if I'm looking at TikTok, they'll be like, oh, link in my bio. Or if you want to figure out how to do this, then my course is $999. I'm like, are you out your rabbit mind? People are going through. Why would they give you $999 to tell them something for free? That's crazy. Not the way Teresa was acting, flipping tables and chasing Danielle. Prostitution porn 19 times. Baby, when she got through with Aikisha, baby, she'd be like, oh, honey, let me get away from these heifers. I cannot see her mixing and mingling with Melissa and Teresa and Marge. And I just couldn't see that. I don't know. I just couldn't see it. But maybe that's just me, honey. I love Aikisha, but I loved her husband, Willie, more. He was very sensible. And baby, when I saw him, really stand up and take accountability for his actions and say that it's his job to protect his wife and any woman that's with him, I said, that's a man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. And I had to go play Salt and Pepper them, okay? I say he really is about something. Now, everybody has their faults. So, you don't want to say they perfect because you don't know what's going on in people's marriage, honey. Only what they tell you. But the fact that he stood up and actually said he was embarrassed by that display and things that transpired, that's not something that he wants to display, especially on a platform where people are watching. I respected it. I did. I respected it. Or the new reboot, Real Housewives of New Jersey. You think they're going to reboot the whole thing and get rid of the whole cast like they did in New York? New York boring, y'all. Y'all be watching New York? Because I know I don't. Zach said, I'm only messing with ugly girls these days. I'm getting older. Pretty faces for baby, not ugly. We will not call women ugly over here on this platform, Zach. Okay? No. Omar said, and took accountability too. He sure did. He did. Like, oh no, not accountability, Omar. Accountability. He took accountability like Glenn and Cliff should have taken accountability. Like, oh, child, please shut up, honey. Yeah, Willie was a plus for her. I kept saying, please don't let him do nothing stupid. I like Willie. Yes, and they were willing to ruin everything. And you know what? I think what really put the nail in the coffin, because the reunion had already been shot. And she said they received the pickup letter. And she appreciated being on the platform or whatever. When they did that live, Willie and Aikisha probably watched that live. This is allegedly, honey, in my opinion and in my imagination. They probably watched that live and was like, oh, hell no. Now they're trying to make us seem like common thugs. Oh, no, we done. Because this is where the lies start. This is how the rumors get started. This is how narratives get created. Nah, man, we cannot do this. Our kids are going to watch this one day. Nope, we're done. And I think they was just like, yeah, we're done with this. Because that's crazy. That's what Willie meant when he says glyph. Y'all are not gonna let me live down glyph. When he says glyph aren't his type of guys, he's not wanting to hang with men who embarrass their wives with paternity tests and folks them. That's what I said, little baby, in the beginning. That's what I said. I said he saw the kind of people that they were. And especially it started when Glenn had to take that paternity test. And then he up here rapping and whatnot. And like he said, I don't like the rap. He said, just because I don't like the rap doesn't mean I don't like the person. I just didn't like it. Glenn, you know you weren't going to do nothing with that rap. Boy, gone. Ain't nobody got time. Okay? I'm not trolling y'all spending too much time on your looks and not enough time on your personalities. Typically, women that are not of average looks are not a lot nicer. Zach, this has definitely got to be a troll over here on this side. It's got to be. We're spending too much time on our looks. First of all, they're probably spending time on their looks because they want to look good for them. And secondly, some men are confused as to what you do want. You claim you don't want a woman that wears the makeup, but yet that's what attracted you to her. And then half the time, the exact opposite of what you get is really what you want. So, baby, we can't win for losing. And I don't know about women that are average looking being a lot nicer. I don't know what that's about. Like, I really don't. I appreciate that folks are finally seeing the enterprises are as messy as they are. Girl, I seen it like two seasons ago. As soon as she said that about that lady being adopted, I said, oh, baby, you can't be trusted. Go ahead and block Zach. Okay, because what are you even talking about? Not average looking women and ugly women. Now, y'all know dang on well, Charles finna cuss. Now, y'all know dang on well that I do not condone that kind of stuff. We don't talk like that over here. Like, we don't. So, yeah, we're going to just go ahead and get Zach on out of here so he can go find him some average looking people to hang out with. Because we're not going to do that over here on this platform at all. Ain't nobody average looking over here. Everybody got just the right amount of zhuzh. Y'all don't be knowing what the hell y'all be talking about. Talking about some, and then they be spending too much time on their looks. Okay. I'm not even finna get into that. It's giving red pill energy. I don't have time. Okay. Willie is a Super Bowl champ. He's met President Obama. They can't mess that up for Timu Bootsy and live action Bert from Bert and Hurt. Child, I'm not finna play. Okay, goodbye and good night, Zachary. Child. Naturally Live said, what team did Willie play for? The Steelers. And then somebody said he also played for the Jets. But I was like, oh, I love me some Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. That's my team. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I love the Steelers. Cody said, I feel like Glenn and Cliff are intimidated because Willie played in the NFL too. I can definitely see Glendale being intimidated. That's why he wants to stand all up and pump his chest up. You in the South. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Anyway, well, goodbye and good night. You an Eagles fan, Dr. Jen? That's when I knew I liked Willie, when he was not here for the rap and was not afraid to say it. See, that's what I'm saying. And like I had said earlier in the on the live, it's okay. JJ was sitting up there hyping him up. I'm gonna send this to my ex. And now JJ's singing a different tune. Why you want to sing your ex a rap song about you still being in love? That don't make no sense. Everybody doesn't have to follow the same thing. Just because one person likes something don't mean everybody gonna like it. Come on now, use your thinker. Willie had me at what is good about Jackson besides his infidelity? Yes, he sure did say that, didn't he? He did say that. Willie. Sure, right. I like the Steelers because I like to look at that coach. Okay, Chauncey, girl, are you me or am I you? Listen, don't be telling my business. Do not be telling my business. Keita said, what have me, Obama or SB got to do with it? They knew what they signed up for with this show. Were they not watching what we were? That's true. That ain't got nothing to do with it, but they probably were watching thinking it was going to be something different. And like, I think Willie has said that Aikisha cares a lot about Jackson. So I think probably she wanted to be a part of something that Jackson was actually doing. Because, it's not every day that they bring a show to Jackson, Mississippi. So she probably was like, oh, I got to be involved in this. And so she probably did reach out to somebody to try to be a part of the cast. But unfortunately, it was just not a fit for either one of them. And there you have it. Talking about you're a small fish in a big... Baby, when he said that, I said, what's going on? All right, now, Clifford. And that's what I'm saying. It was just a roasting session. And then you stood up. It'd be different if they just talking amongst each other and everybody stayed seated. I think that's what heightened everybody's emotions. Because, Letitia was saying, we don't know how they play. Okay, you don't know how they play. If they would have remained seated and playing, then we would have been fine. But when they stood up and started doing all that pumping out their chest, but baby, what really got me is when Willie stood up and said, I'm him. I'm him. I said, oh, okay. Baby, not I'm him. I said, I see why Aikisha went over there and got Willie, child. He said, baby, I'm him. Okay, what you won't do? And where was Cliff? Nowhere to be found. How you gonna put your boy in the mix and then y'all act like y'all are as one, and then as soon as it's time to fight, you somewhere in the corner shivering and shaking with JJ and his plats? Come on out the corner, honey. The reason for signing is to display Fair Street in a positive light, not argue with Beavis and Butthead. Facts, risky business. Okay. I would be on Mike Tomlin, my age too. Miss Yellow Diva. Okay. I would be so embarrassed if I were Latrice and Letitia to see my man let another man get them off their square. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for all parties involved. And it just seems like it was just brushed past that it was actually Glenn and Cliff that started the whole debacle. It doesn't really matter who started it, because if you allow somebody to get you all riled up, then you are just as much at fault as they are. But we're not going to overlook how it started. Okay. And now we've created this whole thing, and Aikisha's child acting like she putting a hit out on people. That's just crazy. The whole live was just unnecessary. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And Willie did say this on his live with JJ. Well, it wasn't a live, but his they do the podcast together. And he said, I think he said something along the lines of, Aikisha did do it at that time to make a mark, to leave a mark. He said, Carlos probably feels some way about it, but oh well. Now, he was saying that, he respect him and everything, but if he feel away, he just feel away, because they are not going to ruin their namesake and their reputation for this show. They just are not. So there you have it. Anywho, y'all, we have been on here for 2 hours and 35 minutes. I would love to stay a lot longer, but we still got to keep a bedtime, honey. And I know Lanice finna make fun of me because she said I put my baby in the bed and let my baby sleep for 14 hours. Listen, mama got to have a life too. He got to go to hell to bed, child. Oh, child, when you be in all that talking all day and you the only parent up in here to listen to said talking, y'all think I can talk. Baby, I ain't got it. Well, he got it honest, but I ain't got nothing on him. He can talk. Okay. Look at Lanice. She always tell my baby got to get his 20 hours of sleep, and do. I would think Latrice would be the most embarrassed that her husband acted that way at the opening. Baby, she used to him embarrassing her. That was just, oh, girl. When I say I would go off on him, how dare you make this about this fight? I worked very hard to open 2 establishments at the same time, walking distance between each other. And instead of me being hoisted up on your damn shoulders, we have security pulling Glendale apart from a fight. And that happened because he had his party here when I told you I didn't want that. Like, I know she feel embarrassed, ashamed. And baby, remember when she was going off on him in New Orleans in that bedroom? Baby, Latrice probably cussed him all kinds of ways out up in that house. Baby, she told him he was weak. Remember in New Orleans? I say, oh, Latrice be going off on him, honey. Be going off. He don't cats. You see how she cussed him out when they were, oh, look, we saying the same thing, Rhonda. Yeah, she cussed him smooth out, y'all. Now that's facts, disrupting my openings. Yeah, don't be coming over here bringing that man over here when I asked you not to. I told you I didn't want that man to have his birthday party on the same damn day as my grand opening. Do you have no respect for me? I would be fuming. I wouldn't even be able to look. I wouldn't even care nothing about no Aikisha, Letitia, Brenda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Delete. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't want to hear about that. I'm mad at you because I said I did not want this man to have his party here. But now you got to put your foot down. You got to stand on your word. No, y'all ruined everything. And you know what? I think next season, the husband should just stay away. You know how some seasons on a show, they'll have the husbands very involved and then something pops off and then the husbands are very like off to the side. I think we might need to go with that. We took them out of the opening credits. Now we got to redo the credits all over again, honey, because we got to get Aikisha and her shimmy off of there. Y'all need to just keep the men out of it. I don't want to see Glendale. I don't care if he's on the tugboat or whatever. And Letitia was taking too long to get to this whole job situation. Basically, this is what she said. He was taking his mama to the doctor and he didn't go back to work when he was supposed to go back to work. And so either they fired him or he quit. It was one or the other. But it had something to do with him taking his mom to doctor's appointments and not showing back up on that boat. That's pretty much what she said. Okay. Like, that's pretty much what she said. Yeah, that tugboat, child. Charlie over there on that tugboat. I agree. Keep those fools at home. Yeah, keep them at home. They done ruined everything. Y'all done single-handedly brought down the Bills. How on earth did we end the season with only 8 episodes? Okay. We blinked and it was over. I was like, season finale. Say what now? And I just knew it was going to be one of those chopped up seasons where they do A and B. No, baby, they meant that. Season ended. Now we're on the reunions. 8 episodes. Baby, that's not even worth it. That's not worth it. No, I wouldn't do it. I'm good. Yeah, he got fired. Thank you, Sweet Pea. So he ended up getting fired because he was taking his mama to the doctor and whatnot. Angel said, laugh out loud, she should have ran his mama around while he went back to work. Child, she ain't doing nothing but standing up in that Enterprise, no desktop, no laptop, nothing. And what happened to the receptionist from last season? Child, I guess they took her out, honey. Just a fool. Do you hear me? He could have had her take his mom to the doctor. He didn't want to be on that boat. As soon as that man seen them cameras, he been trying everything in his power to be in front of them. The season when he was following her around because supposedly she was trying to get her own apartment and get away from him, and she was living with her mama and all this. He was following her around Jackson to make sure he get on camera then. Then you got the whole I quit situation. Then before that, he ain't been on that boat since he picked that son up and spun him around. I ain't gonna never forget that. I said, not him coming off that boat with a whole piece and chain on. Anyway, ever since then, he's been wanting to be in the spotlight. He likes this. He likes this. He wants to be in front of the camera, and they got to keep this thing going so he can continue to be in front of the camera. And now him being in front of the camera has tainted the whole damn show because not all nobody want to watch it. And you know how these people are. You know these people will black out a show in a minute and don't play with them because they will do it. Baby, they will do it. These people will black out. I ain't never seen nothing like own viewers. Own viewers do not play. Play with it if you want to. If you do something to one of their faves, you're as good as done. You're done. And they ain't going to play with you. So, yeah, there you have it. That was so fake to me, the way she was talking to him in New Orleans. Not how she was ticking and shivering all those other seasons because of Cliff. Okay, girl. No, I think that's how she really be talking Michelle's mind. I think she really be talking like that. I don't think she just be cowering down. And if she does, that was the last time after he embarrassed her that one season. She was like, okay, you ain't finna play in my face no more. So I think that was for real. You think it was fake? I think that was real. For a show I don't even watch, I enjoyed. Thanks. I was bored. I was only interested in the quitting part, but I stayed. I always loved your commentary. Thank you, Island Queen. Thank you so much. Lil Baby said facts. And late Tisha is in alignment with his actions, no matter how embarrassing they are. She sure is. They in cahoots, honey, and they ain't fooling me. Okay. And somebody said it in my comments, and you are absolutely right, commenter. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. But you said that everything that Letitia and Glenn do is fabricated and it seems scripted. They do everything for the cameras. And I would have to agree. And on that note, I'm going to get up out of here. It was so fun talking to y'all. Listen, I might come back on New Year's Day because I don't think I have any shows to review besides this one. The reunion part 1 comes on tomorrow night. And then I don't think Potomac or Married to Medicine airs on Sunday. There's not going to be any shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And then again, Friday, Bell Collective Part 2 will come up. So yeah, basically I'll talk to y'all in the new year. Okay, so I hope that all of you have a very safe New Year's Eve. Spend time alone, spend time with your family, spend time reading, spend time having fun, do whatever it is that you want to do. But listen, don't do it in excess where it causes you not to be here on January 1st. Okay, because I need all of y'all to come back in one piece so we can continue to get into it. Okay. And also when what is it? What's that show? Married at First Sight comes back January 7th. We will pick up on our lives on Thursdays. So the show airs on Tuesday. We might do it Wednesday. Either Wednesday or Thursday. We will be having lives for Married at First Sight so we can actually discuss the episodes. As far as this show is concerned, child, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Child, this is a whole fool. Anywho, let me put Carlos up here one more time. Baby, let me put Carlos up here one more time. Because we could not go without seeing Carlos and his mannequin challenge. Child, I will catch y'all later in the new year. Happy New Year. And I hope every one of you have a happy holiday. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Thank you so much for the super chat. Happy New Year. Go have some fun, but stay safe. Same to y'all. Night, night, y'all.